I thought you were going to do one is the loneliest number.
No.
Not at all. We're live right now, but we're just going to kind of
Oh, are we kind of live?
congregate.
No, we're congregating. We're just...
Congregating, waiting for listeners.
Oh, yeah, and we'll have you sign the ball here, too, at the
Yeah.
end of the night.
Okay.
We got to get Koluder to get this, too, so... Sucks. That's a messy ball, but I almost crossed this all the way out, but I just couldn't do it. I thought that was a little...
Cross what out?
This messy crap that's on here. Almost did it.
Who is your... would we ask who his club was?
We're going to find out.
Okay.
What?
Oh, we're gonna talk about your club.
My club?
Sure.
Other than this club.
Than who you are,
like
or the
that.
crew, or whatever.
I'm a Man U fan.
What the hell is with everybody? That is just like every single answer. That's
We
all
talk
right.
about the new manager.
Great. Hey,
Top transfer
we
targets.
could talk about all those wonderful European tournaments you're going to be in. Oh, no. Wait a minute.
That means that there's
Zero.
no excuse to lose. the
Yeah,
Premier
if
League.
you can't win,
we're no
EPL,
Liverpool. We're not going to blow it and still not play any European tournaments.
Well, whatever.
Whatever.
Okay. Is the camera looking good? Everything is on tight.
Hey everybody.
Hey,
Nobody's even watching yet.
Oh, that's sad. That makes me sad. They're probably like, oh, hell, they're going to have camera difficulties for the first 10 minutes and have to
Yeah.
redo it all.
That's what happened last time.
Did it really?
Oh, man,
Oh,
we had
man.
to start over.
Yeah.
It was awful.
Because it wasn't picking up.
Well, partly it was that, and we showed up 5 minutes
Yeah.
before. It was an accident. It was
Super prepared.
work-related. That is not us. We're professional. You've not seen us work. We are the model of professionalism. And we are not HR nightmares. Oh, no, I mean, I'm not an HR nightmare in my company in the least. No.
Isn't that what's on your name tag at work?
It is. It says Christopher Ball, HR nightmare. Welcome to VZ Dub.
All right, everybody. We're live. We're live. Hey, everybody, what's going on? It's episode 6 of the Voice of the Brickyard Battalion, presented by the Permanent Relegation podcast. As usual, I'm Andy.
I'm Chris. I'm going to be Chris tonight.
Are you going to be just Chris?
I think I'm going to be Chris tonight.
No Christopher?
I'm not even going to be C Baller tonight. I'm
Not
just
even
going to be
C-Baller.
Chris. Actually, I want to be our guest tonight because he's awesome.
Yes, he is. We have Indy 11 defender Kyle Hyland in the house.
How's it going, guys?
The boss. The boss. back.
Friend of the show.
Yeah.
In a different way.
In a different way.
In a different
yes.
way.
Yes.
Because for those of you who are followers on our YouTube feed, which is actually what you're watching on right now, what's up?
So, yeah.
You might have seen Kyle in our little video that we did at the ball, where Kyle wants to fight Rocky Balboa in a boxing match.
Remember, it was, quote, not because I think I could beat him, but because I just think it would be fun. And then I critiqued him, and I feel like an asshole for that. Because
Yeah,
I was like,
you did
are
a
you
little
sure
bit.
there was a historical figure? And he goes, well, I mean, there's a statue, so it has to be. When I re-listened, I was like, good point.
Was Kyle at the beginning of the interview, or was it at the end?
He was kind of right in the middle.
It could have been how much alcohol was involved, because it was an open bar.
Well, even the answers got weird by the end. By the time we
got a
hit
little
Pedro Mendez, Claverson, yeah, it
Yes.
got weird.
Yes.
So,
But anyway, as usual, we are live at Fisher's Chatham Tap in Fishers, Indiana.
yep. Shout out to Chatham Tap.
Yep. You can come down to the downtown Chatham, or here in Fishers, watch all sorts of soccer games, MLS games, since the European stuff's over.
And get prepared for all the World Cup action.
Yes.
Every single game. We'll be here every game, whether you're a USMNT supporter, whether you're a Portugal supporter, whether you're a Spain. You know,
You're just
all
going
of
to
them.
start rattling
I'm
off the
gonna
teams
go
that you
every
root for.
single. No. You know what? Whatever, man.
Whatever. He doesn't deny it.
I quit.
Yes.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, of course, you can tweet us at PR Podcast Show using the hashtag BYBcast all evening to ask questions to us. I don't know why I just got. Why did I? Was it because they played the Cosmos that I just went straight East Coast there?
Hey, over here.
Yeah, over there. You can ask some questions over there.
Ask them.
Yeah, ask them over here. But hashtag BYBcast, PR Podcast Show is the Twitter handle. At Caged Fear, your Twitter handle.
I don't
sir.
even use that anymore. No, I'm just kidding. At C Balla.
Yes. And Kyle has a Twitter.
Kyle
I
does,
do,
and
I
you
do.
use it,
Yeah,
which is
do
great.
use it.
Which is great.
It's a rarity on the team. There's maybe like a handful of you that use Twitter on a regular basis.
I've noticed that too. Not many people use it a whole lot.
You need to have a Twitter class, a social media gathering, if you will, to show people.
I'm pretty
the
sure
importance.
Koluder would be very good at giving that.
I
He
think he
could give
probably
you the
would.
social media 101.
John
Dude's pretty
Kluder,
good.
friend of the show as well, going to be showing
He
up later
should
this
be as
evening
well.
too.
So what's your Twitter handle? Unless you want to give it out.
No. Got to get the followers up.
That's
know?
right.
No, it's at Kyle Hyland 31.
And then, of course, ladies, he may have a girlfriend, and it doesn't matter. There's no ring on that. Maybe she should put a ring on. This dude's a sexy dude over here.
Get him in trouble right now?
Oh, I got to get every player in trouble. This is what I do.
You got Chris Way in trouble with his fiance?
Well, that's why we're going to Vegas, June 24th.
Yes,
we're going to June. No, we're not, because he's totally in trouble. So,
of course, the U.S. men's national team is playing their first friendly after the finalized 23-man roster tonight against Azerbaijan.
I was like, hey, you know what? And who had Azerbaijan on their jerseys this weekend? The team that did not win the European Championship. That would be Atletico.
Do you want to get this out of the way right now?
No, I don't need to. But you literally segued me perfectly in that. And you didn't even mean to. Who would have thought saying the term Azerbaijan?
You want to get this this jersey in front and center?
Well, I do because Hala Madrid, right? La Decima. It's a big thing because
but it only says 9 on the side there.
It does say 9. So this was the special one, which is hard to get. No, let's just pop into this real quick because I feel this is a little unfair to me because yes, obviously I was supporting the Real Madrid. No, but either way, it was a historical Champions League more so because you were either going to have, first off, it was the first time that there was 2 teams from the same city that was playing. You had Atletico won, that's the first ever. And that's huge. But on the other end of the spectrum, you get a team that had they win, it's the first team ever to hit La Decima, the 10th. And so either way you go, it was going to be historical. It was also in Portugal. Go ahead.
It was also the first time since 2008 that there wasn't a Bayern Munich or Manchester United in the final game.
I knew you were going to find a way to work Man U into there. Well done, guys.
It's 2 against 1.
At any point, just chime in here and just start going. This isn't like we're facilitating. We're going to free flow this.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I mean, you're not shy. We see this. So
you guys watched the game a little bit before your game on Saturday, right?
Yeah, we were able to catch like the first half, and then we had our team meal and everything, and then we hopped on and watched like from like the 70th minute on.
Okay.
So
the important parts.
Exactly. Yeah. We waited until the Real Madrid scored to watch.
So you waited to the 93rd minute.
Yes, exactly.
All right. So so when you saw that, I mean, so I was in a position where there was actually no sound. Where I was watching, there was no sound. There couldn't be. So
you didn't have to listen to, was it Taylor Twellman who was speaking?
No.
Was it not Taylor Twellman?
No, it was
Gus Johnson.
No, it was Gus Johnson and Eric Winalda.
Yeah. Oh, Eric Winalda, okay, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So there's that, exactly. I could totally go without hearing
Exactly.
Eric Winalda. Gus Johnson's just fun because that dude hit a different octave when Sergio Ramos scored.
Oh, yeah.
It's like someone punched him in the nuts.
Dude, he took his March Madness level to a whole other you could literally, I think, like somewhere inside him something exploded. It was weird.
I know that Gus Johnson gets a lot of flack for announcing soccer matches, but I could watch him and Reggie Miller when him and Reggie Miller did the March Madness games a couple years ago. Every game they did was entertaining.
Well, he's good. I mean, he's got a great voice.
Yeah.
I think if you could put Gus Johnson and oh my God, who is my guy for? It's always on BN.
Oh, the English guy.
Oh my God, and
Ray Hudson.
Yeah, Ray Hudson. Exactly. You know who Ray Hudson is? He always gets it. Yes.
Magisterial
with the magisterial goal from Sergio the King Ramos. And then you have Gus Johnson, and it was the best. Anyways, it's amazing.
So the things that we're going to talk about this evening, obviously, we're going to touch on the U.S. men's national.
We're not done there.
Oh,
we're not done.
Okay.
So you were asking about, watch this. So what did you think? Because you were talking about this ending and that. I mean, when you look at the score.
Yeah, I was blown away. Like, they went from losing to winning 4-1, and you don't hear that.
No.
Let alone, like, I don't know. I was blown away by it because I thought it was over right then and there, to be honest.
So, I mean, I would say. Yeah, so there's a little silent button there, Kyle. See, I'm always the one who gets in trouble for this. My phone's always brrrr. Anyway, being a player for as long as you have been, I look at it. It was after they got that goal from Sergio Ramos. That almost huge. That pretty much broke their spirits because you are that close. You know you have the win, so it kind of broke their spirits. But then when you get that deflection in from Di Maria. And you get just the miracle header from Bale. That was it. It was like, no, there was no more. I mean,
it was done.
I mean, everything they were playing on, because there's no energy left in that game. It was pure adrenaline by the end. It was playing.
And you could tell Atletico Madrid kind of let up a little bit at the end.
They were
They were heartbroken by that
Right.
point, you know.
And then it was just time to fight. So
Exactly,
if I
right?
can't win, I might
It was
as well
time
get
to
in
fight the whole game.
Yeah, I mean, I was honestly pissed off the way. For the first half, for me, the game was not called evenly. I'm a big supporter, and we experienced this last Saturday, our last home game. That game, I'm sorry, was just, and we can say this because I'm not part of the team, and you don't have to say anything. I don't want to get you in trouble. It was officiated like shit. It was awful. It was so bad. There's so much flopping. There's so much just BS going on, and it was literally just foul after foul after foul. And the foul on Spencer in the goal, just, are you kidding me? Dude, you talk about all-time flop jobs.
That was a big flop
That
job.
was ridiculous, and I don't know if you got to see the replay of that one.
I did.
Okay, you did.
Yeah.
Right.
You're probably right there, weren't you?
The finger of death.
Yes.
So basically what I
Ben
learned
Spencer apparently has a really strong index
do
finger.
not right.
Right? He's really good at pointing.
Yeah. He's going to be Chris Way's fruit snack protector. Did you touch
yes.
it? So no, but it was just officiated weird. It's like I'm always a fan. Okay, if you're gonna officiate it tight, do it both ways and keep it consistent.
Right.
But then when you pull, all of a sudden you flip flop, and now you're allowing dudes to just be shoved out of midair. You're allowing horrible slide tackles, or vice versa. They weren't really calling anything, and then they started calling everything.
Yeah,
And
it's
it
all
was
the
just like,
consistency is all we want, you know?
right.
It's either don't let anything go or let everything go.
So as a defender, right, you have to deal with that a little more than some of the midfield and even strikers up front. Is how does that affect you during the game when you have that inconsistency? Let's say at the beginning you're able to really get into them, and then by second half you're like, what the hell? That's a foul now?
Right.
So what does that do?
Well, I mean, a couple times you just kind of talk to the ref. Like I've learned if you start, yelling and screaming at this guy, he's done with you.
Yeah. Okay.
You kill him with kindness.
Yeah, exactly. You need to actually talk to the guy because otherwise he really goes against you. But for the most part though, it's not that bad. I don't know. Some of the tackles that they don't allow, I'm kind of taken back by.
Okay.
But then some of the tackles that they allow at the same time are it's just all we ask is for consistency, and it's frustrating at times, but
right.
For those of us that aren't playing, obviously, and don't hear that banter back and forth, what are some of the things that the ref does say back to you when you are? Is he trying to be just shut up and let me do my job, or is he trying to explain why he's calling it the way he is?
Ref that other Saturday, he sure as hell was. He even gave the.
He wanted to be part of the game.
No, right? The push where I was like, did you really just? Oh, you asshole.
Well, you either get those ignorant ones that will just they don't want to talk to anyone. They're done, yeah. No, and then you get the nice thumb up. Yeah. The refs they're like, all right, I got you.
Right. I know I came in cleats up, but it's cool.
I got you. Don't worry, don't do it
again. Well, for you, and before, obviously, when we talked about that, we did that little quick interview with you. Not obviously overly familiar with the play a little bit, but then being able to see you live for all season at this point. I gotta say, man, now seeing you were literally that's why I made the joke about when you said you wanted to fight Rocky Balboa. I go, no, absolutely, because dude, you were like a pit bull, dude. You go. As defending goes, you're not scared. I've seen you slide tackle more than anybody on the team, probably by 3 times. I mean, so what? Why? I mean, you were just that guy. You're the guy that gets down in there. So what made you kind of develop that style? What is that?
When I was younger and stuff, I was actually always a center mid. I was a defensive center mid when I was younger and everything. And being the smaller player almost all the time,
right?
You kind of had to figure out a way to, be known defensively and stuff like that. So kind of had to start getting stuck in and stuff like that. And I think I just was able and lucky enough to learn at a young age that it benefited me in the long run, kind of.
Yeah.
So.
What's so in your playing with as aggressive as you are on defense? So you've been carded multiple times, I'm sure.
Only twice.
Only twice.
Only
really?
Twice.
Twice ever.
Oh no, not
okay.
Ever, no.
I was gonna say, wait.
I thought you meant this year.
No.
I was gonna say I was reading a little bit of bio, and I remember reading about a red card.
I was gonna say,
I did get a red card last year. That was my first ever red card.
Was it straight red? Straight red?
No,
or was it double
2 yellows.
Okay.
2 yellows. One in the first and one in the second.
What sent you off?
To be honest, I don't really remember a whole lot.
His fault. I went
I
red.
swear it was not my fault.
Blackout rage, is that what it was? You went to a blackout rage?
Exactly. I mean, I walked right into the tunnel after it. I was not happy. It was just such a soft. It was a soft second yellow.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Or was it when you get down 6-0 in FIFA and you just start slide tackling everybody? He's just running through the field.
No.
Or you just turn off the Xbox.
Or you turn off the Xbox and throw the game into the microwave, is what this one has done before.
Well, now it's just so much easier when that game pisses me off. I can just go, Xbox, turn off, you bitch. And it just, turn off, yes. Done, right in the middle of the game. So, no. I'm not a quitter. That's not, not at all.
Yeah.
It's just that game. Anyways.
Except the last game we played. You bounced out at the halftime.
Moving on.
So, anyway, a little bit background for those that aren't familiar with your past or haven't been following, the bio that's on the website and things like that. Obviously, you're from Ohio, and then where did you go to school?
Yeah, I'm originally from Bay Village, Ohio, which is a suburb outside of Cleveland.
Okay.
And then I went to college here at IUPUI, played here for 4 years, and then got a phone call in December of last year telling me to be ready in case I get called in the preseason to the Columbus Crew. And then I waited till the draft, and I got a phone call right after the draft telling me to come in for a 3-day trial.
Yeah.
Went in for a 3-day trial. They invited me to Florida, and then just a 4-week process of trying out and stuff, and they ended up signing me, and homegrown, they claimed as a homegrown and stuff because I played academy there and stuff like that. So, but then it didn't work out there, and then I got lucky enough that the crew played the Indy 11 trials and stuff like that. Late or middle November or something.
Yeah.
So they saw me then and just picked me up after that. Worked out nicely.
Worked out nicely for us.
So you've essentially played for both home teams.
Exactly, right? I've been a hometown person.
I was going to say, playing at the home stadium is not a weird place for you.
No,
right.
Oh, this stadium looks familiar. Right? So kind of going into talking about stadium-wise, let's get talking directly into Indy 11, unless you want to kind of wait till Koluder's here, which we can do.
No, let's just go.
That sounds good to me.
Koluder never talks about anything on task anyway.
No, man, Koluder's going to probably want to talk about Megadeth or something. I don't know why. Or what kind of, I don't know. I'm going to give him a random off topic.
All right, that's fine.
Tell me about Dave Mustaine's hair and how good you would look with it. Because what I would say, Koluder with Dave Mustaine. Do you know who Dave Mustaine is?
I don't.
How old are you again, Kyle?
I'm 23.
Yeah, and there's hell you don't. Dave Mustaine's been rocking longer than anyways. Yeah. So obviously we have a home game coming up on Saturday, but we have something special coming up tomorrow night.
The last home game is on Saturday.
Yes.
Of the spring season.
That is correct.
Season, right.
Yeah.
So if you don't have tickets and aren't a season ticket holder, get out there and get some. Obviously, you can still get out to Indy11.com and get that taken care of right now.
Speaking of tickets, we're going to be giving tickets away for Wednesday's game
tonight,
this evening, and apparently we might be having some scarves along with some tickets too. So
you need to be watching.
Actually, a scarf. So I'll just take one for myself.
Okay.
And then
no. Wait a minute. I will not fight you because I will lose, but I will have a battle of wits, which will be a 10-week battle.
Yes. Yeah, it would be.
But we have obviously something special coming tomorrow, and I would actually like, since you're going to be the guy playing, and this is something interesting for you because we were just kind of mentioning it with the history of where he comes from. So tell us, how does this work? Because this is different than a lot of other cups that you deal with. So.
Right. The U.S. Open Cup is, I'd like to compare it to the FA Cup, where you can, lower level teams compete, and then they end up playing the first division teams and stuff like that. So what happens is it's already been 2 rounds through a couple amateur teams through the NPSL and PDL, and then the second round,
I'm a big fan of the Pedialyte League.
Yeah?
It's good. Oh, no, I'm just kidding. No, sorry.
No, you're good. So then they play the USL teams, and then after that the winners of those games, end up playing NASL, and then winner of our games played MLS.
Right.
So, we're playing Dayton Dutch Lions tomorrow.
Right.
And, for me, I'm kind of excited because a couple of my teammates from last year on that team, because they're affiliates now with the Crew,
right.
So they sent a couple players down. Yeah. So I'll get to play against them and stuff like that. And then the winner of our game plays the Columbus Crew in Akron.
That'd be weird.
I think June 17th.
Okay.
So that's an hour away from my house, so it'd be kind of cool.
Awesome.
So
go home, get some home cooking, and
exactly,
then go.
Right?
Like, Mom, I can't go play now. That's cool. So then after that, and obviously, once let's say whoever ends up playing the Crew, then who else do you have, or who else is left at this point outside of Crew? Do you know?
Most of it would just be MLS teams,
right?
But in the past, there's been PDL teams that have gotten past that. I think 2 years ago, I remember the Michigan Bucks PDL team ended up passing Chicago Fire.
Mm-hmm.
So Yeah, crazy things happen in this tournament, to be honest with you. I mean, anything's possible.
Do you think that some of the higher teams play, like, third string guys, second string guys in the earlier rounds just to kind of be like, oh, let's give them experience to go and don't take some of the lower teams seriously? Like how sometimes it is in the FA Cup where you just get these guys that come in.
Not necessarily. I mean, some of them do. There's times where they actually do play, like, the reserves and stuff like that. But at the same time, like, a Champions League spot is up for grabs in this tournament. So at the same time, it kind of gets serious,
right?
Because they all want to get in the Champions League and everything. So, like, I know last year the crew did not play the reserves against the Dayton Dutch Lions when we played them as well. They played mostly starters and stuff. Actually, that's like where Eddie Gavin ended up tearing his ACL as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Good injury.
Is
it something that you're really looking for, like the team-wise in terms of preparation and things like that? I know that promotionally, the team is doing a really good job of getting people to the stadium for their first weekday game. What kind of preparations are you guys making as a team in order to be prepared and be pumped up for 2 games in 1 week?
Well, I was going to say, especially with the fatigue factor. You don't get this very often in ASL where you have a Wednesday and then really you have Saturday, 2 days of rest and then Saturday.
Yeah. No, I think it's nice that we did come off a good road tie, a good point on the road and everything against the Cosmos. So I think we have a little bit of momentum coming into it, and the vibes are really good in practice and stuff like that. So everyone's excited to play tomorrow and everything. So I think that could very well carry us through this little stretch. But yeah, I mean, fatigue is gonna set in just like most times and stuff like that.
Except for you. Because if I had to rate you like on a FIFA standard, that this guy's probably gonna have like 97, 98 stamina. Just goes right. So okay.
Well, every minute of every game.
Every minute of every game. Does that make you proud? Like when you like. It's not just obviously. Oh, it's not like participation award or anything, but right?
He gets a gold star.
But at
the same time, gives him a gold star once he's done.
Right. No, you actually almost hit it right on the head right there, which is number one. It's your coach that obviously feels so comfortable that there's never a need to sub him. I feel that his game form is good, his stamina is good. He's playing really, really well. And I don't think that there's anybody that should ever come in there and actually replace him at this point. So, I mean, how does it make you feel to play every minute of every game so far?
I mean, just the confidence coming from the coaches and stuff kind of helps a lot. I mean, it makes me feel like I'm comfortable enough to play and stuff like that in front of them and everything. And it's giving me the experience that I need and everything. So just kind of putting my head down and working, and, I can only get better. So
how are you feeling from game 1 to now? How are you feeling as a player? I mean, obviously you go in, you don't know exactly how it's going to go. You've only been with the guys at that point a couple months. Right. How are you feeling now after Game 7? What are you seeing a difference from yourself and then also from the team-wise? What are you seeing?
Well, as far as myself, I think I'm a lot more comfortable now, especially now that we've played in front of the big crowds and stuff like that. Because at first I'd never actually played in front of a huge crowd because I never got a debut with the crew or anything. But yeah, so that, I mean, the first game, after I got the first game under my belt and everything, I felt a lot more comfortable and stuff like that. And, like the veterans, like the Brad Rings and Christians and stuff like that, they help a lot. Mike Ambersley, like they talk to you through practices, and they encourage you at the same time. They're kind of hard on you and stuff. So it definitely helps, and it makes you better. But
go ahead, sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. No, and then a team, as far as the team is, I mean, I think we're seeing progress and stuff. I think we're putting more energy and stuff into our training sessions and everything, which is, I think, showing on the field, especially this Saturday when we played the Cosmos and everything. So, if we can keep going on that, I think we're just going to get better and better, and I think the fall season is going to be a lot different than the spring season.
Yeah, I mean, I think by the time you hit the end of the spring season, I think you guys kind of have that click, and maybe that little bit of a break there is good, right?
Yeah.
You get it. You get to kind of regroup, and you go, all right, well, this was a good experiment.
We know what to expect now.
Right, exactly. We're not the newbies necessarily in here.
For that break, where do you guys have plans of going anywhere? Are you as a team? Are you staying in town? Are you guys going to go train anywhere with anybody during the break?
Just getting the hell out of town.
I haven't heard anything yet, to be honest with you.
Do you guys get a lull? Like, is Jurgen going to give you a certain, like, okay, you're going to have like a week off or a week and a half off, and then come back and we're going to really
try to go get married? I mean,
right. No, I'm not sure yet if we're gonna get like a ton of time off, but I'm sure they're gonna give us at least a couple days to kind of like get our legs under us and stuff like that. But But yeah, I'm not sure yet. He hasn't said anything, so
yeah,
right.
Vegas, right? I do. I see.
You're just gonna get a Vegas trip from everybody that's on.
Trip.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm gonna get Chris. So last week I was gonna get a strongly worded email from the BYB. Yeah. I'm gonna get a strongly worded email from Indy 11, and then from tonight from Koluder. Would you stop trying to get all of our players to go get suspended in Vegas?
Right.
What? I didn't do nothing.
All of a sudden, yeah, I'm the two-day
Hey guys,
law.
let's go gamble and bet on games. No,
You just get a picture from you with like half the team in Vegas.
Exactly.
In the VIP with bottle service.
Just like, right. All right.
So, and you kind of mentioned, and we were kind of talking a little bit about the match on Saturday, and you know the difference between first half, second half. It was definitely something that was really talked about on Twitter, especially. Could you, when you were on the pitch, could you feel how you guys were clicking a little bit more from first half to second half?
Yeah, I thought we high pressed them a lot more, which put them under pressure, which they couldn't start possessing the ball. They didn't possess it real well in the second half either. Obviously, they had a couple here and there, but no, I thought we got up the field more. We pressed them, and we had more attempts on goal and stuff like that, which gave us confidence. Yeah. So when you have those little things, it builds up, and energy is it flows after that.
So right now, in your back, obviously you generally play next to Jaime.
Right.
You're Battalion left. How do you feel your relationship with him is going? And maybe, these are always tricky questions. Actually, when I started asking them, I'm like, you never know how the dynamic is because you're going to get the PC answer, which is, no, everything's great. And really you're thinking, fuck, why did you ask that? No, because obviously, you have an entire team camaraderie, but obviously as a defensive front, you guys have your own kind of mini team, which is, This is us. We're the last defense.
Exactly.
For that guy back there who's going to be either, I've noticed that he's pretty supportive. Even if there's a lapse in defense and something happens, he gets stranded or left. He's generally, I've noticed, hasn't been like one of those. Some keepers in the world that are like, "What the fuck are you doing?" He's generally just like, "Okay, let's go again." But how have you? How's the chemistry been, and how's that going back there for you guys?
So far it's pretty good. I think we're improving. We had a couple of lapses here and there, but if you really look at right, no, if you look at some of the games though, the other teams aren't getting many chances. It's just little lapses of focus here and there. So, I think defensively, we're okay. We just need to gain some confidence and stuff like that. A nice shutout would really help us out, confidence, wise and stuff.
Clean sheet for Christian would be great for his confidence as well, right?
Yeah. So it's just little things like that. We've had some bad luck sometimes too. I couldn't even tell you some of the situations. We looked at them on film too, and they're just what are the chances of that?
Unfortuitous bounces that kind of went. Wait, how the hell did that just pop right there?
Yeah, it's happened so many times, and it's frustrating. But you just got to keep your head down and keep going, and can't get down on each other and stuff. So
you can expect that NASL guys are all going to hit shots like they're fucking playing in Premier League.
Eventually they're going to stop there.
How the hell?
The Cosmos goal was a nice goal.
Yeah,
I applaud him on it. It was a good goal.
Right. So defense is going well. So what's the story on Claverson right now? What's going on with him?
Right now, I think he's dealing with a hamstring issue.
Okay.
But he's on his way back. It's not as serious as people may think and stuff like that. But he'll definitely be back soon.
Being the trainer that you are.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah. If you were going to put him,
I went to school for PT.
There you go.
All right.
Free PT.
There you go.
I know some anatomy stuff.
You're like, Claverson, get over here. I got you. Don't listen to those.
Right.
And then he sits there like Mr. Miyagi.
He's good. Put him in.
He does the rubbing. It's like, all right, I got this.
Well,
we got a question
Go
from
ahead.
social media.
Yes. All right.
Okay, so for those of you watching and our first-time listeners / watching the show live, use hashtag BYBcast on Twitter. Ask your questions for us or Kyle. First question.
It's going to be for Kyle.
Hey, you never know. You never know. And that's how you win tickets too, is by using hashtag BYBcast when we get the tickets.
I already
here.
put in a bunch of tweets with
Hashtag BYBcast.
Yeah, I want some free swag. Can I get a Kyle Hyland autographed pair of sunglasses? Because I'm wearing them every day.
How about an autographed Real Madrid jersey?
Don't you fucking touch that.
Right? We can ruin that by putting my signature on it.
Yeah. And he puts on it, glory, Man United.
Exactly.
But anyway, so Johnny Ballgame, who's at J Hoskins 17, asks, "What do you look forward to most during the break this summer?" I'm assuming that's for Kyle.
Well, my summer break's gonna be really good.
You're gonna work a lot.
Girls will be out of school.
You're gonna work a lot.
Work a lot.
Work on the tan,
Send their ass to the pool every day.
Send them to camp.
I'm gonna be at work. Right.
Send them to camp.
Oh, Kyle.
Yes.
What do I look forward to most? Obviously the World Cup, to be honest with
Sure.
you. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we all wait 4 years for this, so I'm going to be watching every game possible. So learning as much as possible too. On the serious note,
Yeah, that's
You
true.
know, if you want to be serious.
Oh, that's right.
World Cup coasters here from Chatham Tap.
Oh, yeah, those are nice. Passion United. Okay.
So speaking of segues,
Oh my God, dude, you just ruined every segue. You set up a perfect segue.
it's the
And
joke.
then just-
It's
I
the
know.
joke. So your thoughts on the 23-man roster? And I know that you guys were having a little bit of a discussion before the mics were on. So your thoughts on the roster, and then your thoughts on the elephant in the room as well with,
Right.
with the omission.
Okay. So roster.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll
point
sit back in
counterpoint.
this.
Let's go.
Yeah, all right.
No, I've been waiting for this because I am going to be on the unfavorable end of almost all of this with the team.
I will be the.
And I'm
I'll
okay
be-
with that.
I'll be the mediator. We will let our
Can you
guest.
be Anderson Cooper?
We will let our guest go first. Kyle,
Absolutely.
you have the floor. Your 2 minutes
Hang on.
start now.
No, at first, I think that you can kind of tell he's kind of going for a young lineup, which is okay. I mean, I think that's it almost seems like he's kind of preparing
Did you get the
for
call,
the future.
by the way?
Yeah,
Did he call you
he
and
called
say-
me up and said
he
he
said-
asked me if I wanted to. I
You
kind of
said,
turned it
guys,
down.
I'm already. I'm in with
It's like
my
I'm-
club team right
exactly.
now. US
World
17
Cup
is important.
second thoughts, you know. No,
Baby steps. Baby steps.
But no, I think that he is trying to go a little bit more young, and I could see him kind of preparing for the future, especially because he did sign a new contract, so it shows that the U.S. has faith in him and stuff like that. So I get that. But at the same time, you know, I do think that you need to at least focus, especially for your fan base and like the growth in soccer in the U.S.
Yeah.
I think you do need to keep, you know, some of the experience to help, you know, win some big games, especially going in and we're playing Ghana, who we've lost to twice in the last
Our
two World
nemesis,
Cups,
right?
you know, and
You're playing the GOAT.
who Landon Donovan played against, you know, both times.
Yeah.
So he has those experience caps against them.
Played
And I
against
think-
Portugal as well.
Exactly, against Portugal as well. So he's had that experience against them, and maybe not necessarily would he start. We don't know, you know, because we're not at those camps. But
Right.
I think that definitely helps, and the fact that he would be able to tell these young guys, you know, how certain players play, and you know how to carry themselves in these games and stuff like that. And I think that type of leadership, even if he's not even in the 18, but being on the trip, I think that helps.
Right.
And I think that we're going to be lacking that a little bit. And in all honesty, I do think that Landon Donovan is good enough to be playing at that. I mean, he is 32, and people think that he's been around for so long, which he has.
Right.
But I mean, he is still 32,
20 years of soccer.
and I mean that's still not as old as I mean if you look
It's
at
a lot of wear and tear for him.
true, yeah,
his body.
I definitely think that. But I mean, at the same time, Landon Donovan scored more World Cup goals than than Messi, than Cristiano Ronaldo, and, you know, all these guys. So kind of, I mean, I think he deserves to be on it. So
Right. I don't know that for me it's not necessarily a level of deserving versus I think Klinsmann's a smart guy and he's obviously been in the game for a very very long time, right? And I think he's taking a little bit too much flack at this point. I agree actually 100% with what you said. I think the experience and what he can bring in a leadership aspect is good, but I think there's two thoughts for me, and I could be completely off, and neither one of us is in Klinsmann's head. We
Right,
don't
yeah,
really
yeah.
know,
Nobody
right?
knows, yeah,
Right, we don't
exactly.
really know. He can say what he wants to, but he has his own agenda. So
right.
I kind of also feel, and it came from some of the stuff that he said in the behind the scenes, if you've been watching any of the lead up to the World Cup, that ESPN's done like a 30 for 30 type deal. So is that he was talking about that he needed Clint Dempsey to become the guy for American soccer. He wanted him, that he's been a very selfish player when he's on the field. He's a great guy and he's very selfless in a lot of areas, but when he comes to playing, it's about his game. And he wants him to be able to take that in and go, this is my team and this is what I'm going to be able to do for everybody. And I think, in a way, I think having Landon Donovan, I think besides the fact that he hasn't necessarily been in form, you got to figure that, yes, he was there for Gold Cup, but he actually hasn't been, but in a very small handful of qualifying leading up to it.
Yeah.
So I think he's looking at a chemistry dynamic that all these guys that he actually ended up picking have all played together consistently, actually, on this team.
Right.
Outside of about two of them. So I think it was the chemistry aspect, and we know how important chemistry is leading up to a
huge,
team.
yeah, absolutely.
Especially when you made light of it. Ghana, not necessarily the most talented team, but damn it, they play together, right?
Yeah.
But they play together perfectly, right?
Yeah.
At this point, Portugal has guys that have been playing together forever, and you're playing arguably the greatest player in the world, obviously, right? And then obviously you have Germany, who again is just a team that plays as a ridiculously strong tactical team.
Yeah, World Cup favorite.
Right. So I think he's thinking through, going, yes, I need a little pace. I need some pace on the team.
Right.
And I think that's where the Julian Green thing
That's
comes
huge.
in.
Yeah.
Right. And then go ahead.
See, I just look at, I mean, nothing against Julian Green at all or anything, or against his decision to bring him, because I think that he.
What did Julian Green ever do to Kyle Hyland?
No, I
It's
mean,
going to be on blogs. Kyle Hyland hates Julian Green.
No, I mean, I think that they're obviously trying to like groom him for the future, because they obviously think that he's he could be the guy later on, which I'm perfectly fine with them bringing them because of that.
Right.
But because of that,
That's us.
I know,
Tagging
right?
you. Dude, look what we do. We're like, oh, shit, I know I'm in the middle of something, but somebody on my
We
phone
always
said
just-
something, which is way more important.
That's probably what happened is he didn't
The
tell
ADD
anybody he was
here.
going to be on here.
Probably didn't. Anyways, go ahead. Sorry.
No, but I just think when you have somebody playing in the 4th division, which in all honesty is not as good as the MLS,
Right.
And then you have somebody who's a star around the MLS,
Right.
it's hard to compare and say, I'm going to take the younger guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's a big thing that is hurting all the fans, is because that strict thing. He doesn't even have a cap for Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
And I know people think that, he's training with the best team, which he is, but at the same time, you don't have that game experience, and you're going to the biggest stage now.
So the other part that I think that Klinsmann said and you brought this up and alluded to it a few days ago, was that when he was making this decision, he wasn't considering Donovan actually as a midfielder. He was putting him as a forward. So when he was making that decision, so then when I give you this list and you go,
He's up against all these other strikers.
Right. So then you got to figure, do I take Donovan over Josie Altidore based on how Josie Altidore at this point has been playing? Over Clint Dempsey, who obviously had really, really great success overseas, came back and now has been on fire for the Sounders, right?
Yeah.
You have Wando. Wando has earned his spot. Right, and
Very
he's earned his spot. And obviously Aaron Johansson. Right. So I think that's a tough one.
See, but at the same time, again, we're not at the camps, and it's tough to say for him.
Yes.
But I mean, I would have him as an outside mid. But that's just me. I think he could give you something as an outside.
How much? And I know that Jurgen has talked about the difference between form and camp play. How much do you feel like, okay, if you're in form with your club, but you don't perform well in the camp and friendlies leading up to it, how much should your in-form play during club play actually affect your spot on the team?
I mean, I think it should affect, because, when you train with people, like with the national team, they've all been training with you.
Right.
And when you're only in camp and stuff like that, and you're not seeing other players, people get used to the way you play. And it's easier to defend. It's easier to play against you because they know you that well, I think it affects it.
I think what's funny is I've always kind of been in this weird thought for national teams that club play, I think, sure, it's important, but I kind of look at it that, maybe the team you got put on, maybe especially for U.S. players, if a U.S. player has the opportunity to go overseas and play, that's always been the biggest thing. MLS is starting they're starting to sway this, where you got players coming over going, no, maybe I don't go over there, maybe I play here. But for the longest time, it's like you go over, but then you get put on a team where there's absolutely no chemistry. You have a zero fit. So, no, your form is going to be like Edu, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Or Eddie Johnson is another one where he's been playing at club teams. It's not a great fit. But every time the guy plays for USMNT, he's fantastic. So you go, what's more important when they play against other national teams and they are just killers? Yeah. Or on a team where maybe they are a terrible fit and they just went over to gain experience.
Well, it's tough.
When Josie played over in the Premier League this year, he had, 2 goals?
This was after being in Bundesliga, where he scored 29.
Right.
29 to 1 goal. No, 1 goal.
Yeah, I thought
1 goal after.
Unreal.
Yeah, so I feel like sometimes you got to take it with a grain of salt, but I think either way, we got to support.
Agreed,
and
no matter what,
it's a young
have
team,
to support them,
and I think we had a young team for the most part in 2002 as well.
Right, and we went to the last
played
eight.
Portugal. We played Germany, and it was a close game in the quarterfinals against Germany. So, dude, you were like 5 years old.
No, I remember that. I was actually up
would have
with
been
my
11.
dad.
You would have been
watching in the morning.
You would have been 11
so early.
in
Yeah,
2002.
Good job on
Math.
the math. 23 minus 12.
We have another Twitter question. This is from Indy 11 fan at Indy 11 fan Kale Worley. What's a typical week of training or practice and team obligations look like, other than being on shitty podcasts?
Oh, did he put the shitty podcast? 'Cause that's amazing. Well
I
done,
added
Indy
that
fan. You know us all too well. I love you. Our fans are the best.
Yes.
No, we usually wake up. We usually have to be like
Waking up is a good start.
Yeah, it is. We usually get a nice shower in.
Best part of
Usually, you know.
waking up is waking up.
And in all honesty, I actually do drink Folgers coffee.
Do you really?
I really do.
Kyle, you're better than this.
I know.
No, you know what he's trying to work
When
here?
you
He's
look
trying to
at
work
it-
a Folgers
Right,
sponsorship
deal.
angle. Next thing you know,
Kyle just running down the bench, open up the folders.
I mean,
yeah, it's like
Slide tackle somebody.
really awkward, like, and then the eyes roll back in your head.
And then slide tackles the hell out of somebody.
Break someone's femur.
Oh, dude, he'd make a perfect
Takes a
Mentos commercial. Like, he's just kind of slugging around the field a little bit, and then all of a sudden he's like, takes it. Oh, that'd be amazing. Oh, great. Anyway, sorry.
Anyway, so you wake up, take a shower, have some Folgers.
I do have some Folgers. We carpool to practice because there's a couple of us that live in the same apartment.
Nice, yeah.
Right? Works out nicely. We get to Westfield around like 9:15. We do our treatment and we kind of hang out in the locker room and stuff with each other, and then we go out early. Always play 5v2 before practice.
Okay.
Always. That or two-touch. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that.
Go ahead.
It's just simple two-touch.
Get
Feet
no more than
only.
two touch. Okay.
Right. Juggling, but you can like you ping it at each other. You don't play easy. Put it that way. It's not a nice game.
Right.
It's not friendly.
Is it kind of like pepper for baseball? A little pepper.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Pepper. Oh, if
I don't know
like
that
that's
one,
the same
no.
deal. Stand in a
Pepper is
circle.
where you just like you try not to, but usually it's that one guy that just smashes the ball right in your face because you're
See,
like
that's
2 feet away
That's
from him.
me. I'm smashing it right at them, and it either works for you, and you get them out, or you're getting out right away.
So you're saying a defender doesn't have a finesse touch, is what you're saying?
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
I've seen this guy shoot some long balls this year. Oh, are you kidding me?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's a joke.
Switching. That's terrible. Don't you talk about our Kyle this way. This is our Kyle. No,
I'm
anyways.
sorry.
All right. No.
No, yeah. So we always play that before, and then we head out to we end up practicing and stuff. And we usually get in, get in back in the locker room around 12:30ish.
Do you have curfews?
So we don't have curfews.
No, because I swear
Not
to God, it always sounds like they have like
It
some type
does.
of curfew.
I think
like,
John
well,
likes
the
to make it
players-
say.
the players have to. I'm like, do they have curfews? Because this seems weird to me.
We don't have an actual curfew, but if they caught you out late, I'm sure they might be upset, especially if it was like tonight before a game,
Oh.
Oh, so
Probably be
you
like-
can't stay and drink with
Blue
us and
Jameson
watch
shots, please.
Yeah, right.
and watch the game with us tonight.
I mean, he's not listening, right?
Oh, no.
No, I'm just
No,
kidding.
he's not listening. I don't even think he's listened to the shows he's been on.
Right. And not because he doesn't care. More so because John is just busy shit. Everybody in the
I'm
Indy
talking
11
about more
office-
about Jurgen, too.
Oh, it's kind of like he has to manage a team.
Yeah.
And watch a lot of tape, and it's weird. It's like he has to be a coach. So, but I know Klinsman, my favorite Jurgen, as I've said it, is definitely listening to the show.
Oh, a fan of
Did
the
you know
show.
he's a? Did you not know that?
I did
He
not know
follows
that.
us now.
Yeah?
Did you not know this?
I didn't know that.
It's because it's never gonna fucking happen.
As many times as you say he's your favorite Jurgen.
I know. And and Coach Summer has moved up to number 2, but I feel like unless he listens,
Yeah.
he's gonna have to fall back down below Klopp.
Klopp's going to get moved back up in the number 2 spot.
Right, Klinsman, Klopp. And we always said that's going to be a great, a great
A law
German
firm.
law firm, right?
Summer Klinsman and Klopp.
All right, so let's real quick. Let's go back to this roster here. Let's go through some of these defenders. So,
I did want to say that
Yeah.
for the new listeners, if you have a question for Kyle, hashtag BYBcast. Make sure that you're listening because we're giving away some sweet stuff here in a bit, some scarves and some tickets to Wednesday's U.S. Open Cup game. And apparently they're very nice tickets, is what John said.
Oh yeah, I like
Very nice tickets.
And
Like
I can tell you, so Popper, he somehow, so Vanessa's friend or something like that, got really, really like super sick and couldn't go to this last game.
Mm-hmm.
So they were like, oh, come pick up some tickets. And so I was thinking, oh, cool, like they're going to be, over here or at BYB. And then he shows me these tickets, and I went, Indy 11 has this type of ticket. I didn't even think this existed. Like, this denomination figure for an Indy 11 game, I had no idea that there was 100+ tickets for Indy 11. Did you know this?
I did know that.
I did know this too.
Well, I didn't because I'm not looking over there because I'm like, BYB, that's me. I'm going to be in there. So, but then he showed me these tickets. I was like, holy shit, is that what those little fancy seats over there are? And he's like, yes. I was like, I'll keep my super cool ones up here so we can yell at the opposing
one where Andrew
goalkeepers.
Luck was sitting.
Oh, yeah, Andrew Luck needs to be on BYB.
He does. Him and Pat McAfee.
Together.
We need to get
over here.
Yes.
I heard there's a lot of love for Pat McAfee. Everyone loves him here.
The boomstick, man. Yeah.
Have you heard him on any shows or anything like that?
I haven't heard
The guy's
any
got a
shows.
fantastic personality. He's just crazy.
Is he?
I mean, he got drunk one time and swam in the canal.
I did hear about that.
Yes.
I did hear about
Everybody's heard about
Yes,
that.
everybody's heard about that.
So,
Allegedly.
Right, allegedly. All right, so let's go through this. So I'm going to get your thoughts on each one. So obviously we have a staple who's been back there for as long, honestly, as Donovan has been. And that's, to me, is kind of the shocker for me. I go, DeMarcus Beasley, because for me, every single time I watch him play, he's a hit-or-miss guy. For me, I swear he gets burned, he gets beat consistently, for being he's not overly tall, but he's exceptionally skinny as well, and it's always baffled me because it's not like he has that super thick base.
Right.
You know, like you're a smaller guy, but dude, you're built enough that you can body somebody off the ball. So, all right, so Beasley on the team. So, what's your thoughts on DeMarcus Beasley?
I don't mind him being on the team at all. I thought he did really well earlier on in the qualifying and stuff like that. And he was actually captain for a little bit of the time and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming Jurgen sees good leadership roles in him. And I think if you're going to leave Landon out, I think that might be somebody that you need to keep on.
You got to have somebody up front. So you have
Exactly.
Clint Dempsey up there. You have somebody in goal with Timmy
Exactly,
Howard.
yep.
You have somebody in defense. And then obviously having to have Michael Bradley.
I was going to say,
I think, right? So the other one that was kind of, I think, was up in the air for a lot of people there was Gonzalez. Omar Gonzalez, because he's injured. He tweaked his knee, but he's had some lapses as well. He just kind of, but he's huge.
I mean, I like him.
Yeah.
To be honest, I've seen him play so much in the MLS and stuff like that too, and I think he's got to be in there. You know, obviously the injury does, question people and stuff like that, but I mean, if he can get healthy, I mean, he's definitely our best option.
Right.
You know. So.
Well, then obviously then another German player, Fabian Johnson. Actually, he played for Borussia Mönchengladbach. It's true. Dude, I've been playing so much Wolfenstein, my German's getting really, really good. It's
You played it for one day.
I know, but think of all the years we played this. Anyways, all right, DeAndre Yedlin. That's another one that they weren't sure because he's a young cat too.
Right.
They weren't sure that he was going to be ready to be able to take over some of these spots and just all of a sudden out of camp.
I know. Well, actually, he originally, so when he was at Akron, he ended up getting homegrown to Seattle.
Yep.
So before that, he hadn't been, as far as I was concerned, Will Trapp told me that he hadn't been like with the national team or anything.
Yeah.
So like he was bypassed completely, and nobody knew about him or anything.
Right.
But Seattle homegrown him, and he did that well in the starting lineup for Seattle and stuff. And
would you like anything to drink, sir?
Oh no, I'm good with the water.
Okay. Yep. No.
I'm all right.
No, he's not allowed. He's not allowed. Anyways.
So yeah,
bothers the hell out of me, doesn't it?
All of a sudden, when they were going to go to the U20 World Cup, they called him up right away, and he did great there. Like I watched some of the games too, and he did real well. And you know what? I mean, he's showing in the MLS. He shows at the big stage.
God,
he's fast.
He's
He's very fast.
And I think that's where it is. So knowing who you're going to be playing up against.
Very true. Yeah.
You've got to have a guy who has some pace.
Yeah, and he's young. He's hungry. I mean, he wants to be at that big stage, and that that hunger goes well with old leadership at the same time.
Right. And then midfielders wise. So obviously a big kind of debate was over Kyle Beckerman. I like Kyle Beckerman.
I do too.
And I'm also a Zusi fan. I like Zusi because he's also a guy that just never stops.
Yeah.
Who goes and goes and goes. Yes.
We actually played against them in preseason, and I was marking Graham Zusi.
Yeah.
Hardest person I've ever had to mark.
Really?
Period. Yeah.
So why is that?
I thought I did all right. Like I did fine. One-on-one. Like I made some tackles and stuff like that, and I was fine. Like he didn't really overly beat me or anything, but it was his movement off the ball that I thought was unreal. Like it was so confusing because, I mean, the way Kansas City plays and stuff like that. they intertwine so much between their three midfielders, and he was just all over the place where like I had to always have my head on a swivel, like figuring out where he was, and it was so difficult.
Tiring, is that? How tiring is that?
That's extremely tiring, and like even just mentally, like by the end of the time, you're exhausted. And I mean, he has a great service and stuff like that. No, I think he's definitely one of the best MLS players we have, anyways. So
I know we got a question that came in.
We did not. Oh, it was just a retweet.
Oh, it was okay.
It was just a retweet.
So then obviously Julian Green, we know how you feel about that. Brad Davis, but then so Michael Bradley. Obviously, Michael Bradley comes over from Italy, goes to Toronto FC, which to me is a weird move.
It is a weird move.
Like you're playing in Serie A.
Right. I think he wasn't getting that much time though.
Yeah.
That was one thing.
Well, that's honestly what Klinsmann had. He had some critiques about Dempsey coming back over to the Sounders because he was getting PT.
Yeah.
He was scoring goals.
Exactly.
He's been the most successful American in English Premier Soccer and European, period. And then to come back over, he's like, I wish that these guys were playing against the top-end talent every single day. Not that MLS hasn't gotten better. It's a little different when you're playing against guys that play for Man U or Chelsea or wherever.
I mean, it's the best league in the world.
Top to bottom.
Top to
yes,
bottom.
absolutely.
Not the best team. I don't want to sit many feet on it.
No.
Well, when you only have
La
Liga only has 3 teams.
As the league goes, there's great parity in that league.
Yeah.
It's an exciting league to watch, right?
Yeah.
So, but Michael Bradley is one of those guys where I gotta honestly say, a while back, I wasn't sure how big of a fan I was, and I think a lot of it had to do with Bob Bradley being the coach. It was so hard to overlook the fact that it's coach's son. You kind of feel like nepotism there. But you knew he's good, but I feel like he's hit a different level at this point.
He's great. He's unreal.
I'd like to I don't know, as ranking-wise for midfielders, I think, dude, he's one of the best that I've seen. I mean, the guy makes incredible passes. He seems different than any other midfielder we have. I think he's on another level.
Yeah, I mean, he's our go-to guy. Period. Like if you watched any of the qualifiers when he wasn't in it, like it was night and day. Like you could tell. Like we didn't hold the possession as well.
Yeah.
We didn't even win like the 50-50 balls in there because not only is he like good with possession and good with the ball and like helping us out that way. I think defensively, I mean, he's very sound and he wins a lot of tackles and 50-50 balls in there for us.
Right.
I mean, as well as giving us a scoring like shot as well.
Another question from social media, and this is on topic this time.
Nice.
So since we're talking about, this is from Alex Ladd, at AlexLadd22. That's with 2 Ds because 1 D isn't enough.
Sometimes you gotta have 2 Ds.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta have 2 Ds.
Oh man.
Anyway, Alex asks, all this talk about the World Cup, what is your guesstimation on points for the USMT in group play?
See, and I was actually about to ask you,
Yeah.
what do you think it's going to take to get the hell out of this group? So
that's unreal,
perfect, right?
No,
I did see that, like, before I came here, the percentages that ESPN was doing in terms of just polling people, I think it's 88% that Germany's going to win the group, and then
Let's put it this way.
and then like 47% of Portugal getting second.
Let's put it this way. The U.S., I'm just going to say flat out, the U.S. got fucked. They're not only just in the group, but then you make them travel as far as you do. I mean, we're not the most talented team in that group. Then we get put with Germany, which they're ranking as the favorites. Portugal, the third-ranked team, and then Ghana again. Ghana, it's like
Ghana's the Atlanta Hawks before the Pacers.
Yeah, or every year that we had to play as the Colts, and every single time you got put in a tournament or something, you had to fucking play the Patriots, over and over and over. So what do you think?
No, I've said this for
Let's
a
go
while.
through the games. So first off,
I think
is Ghana.
I think we beat Ghana.
Yeah.
I really do.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we beat Ghana, and I think it's because of all the animosity we're going to have towards them.
Play aggressive and hardcore.
Exactly.
Okay.
I think we beat Ghana. I think
Portugal
we
is
tie
next.
Portugal.
Yeah?
I think we tie
All right.
Portugal.
Okay.
And I think we lose to Germany.
Okay.
And I think having Germany last is going to help us because I think Germany runs the table. I think they win all 3 games.
I don't see that happening.
See, I do, and I think that it'll come down to goal differential between us and Portugal.
Right.
And I think who loses to Germany the least.
Oh, I like it.
This is good.
So that's kind of I've really thought that that's going to happen. But
So I agree. I'd say we beat Ghana, and I think it's a 2-1 to 3-1 situation. Honestly, I think Ghana's not the exact same team as they were in 2010. They have some key parts that are there, but I think with the speed we have now, we're not going to get exploited the same as we were. Where we got exploited was from back midfield in our backs. We got just pummeled. Their actual counterplay was ridiculous, and we just couldn't stop anybody. So I think you help out Timmy Howard that way. I think with Portugal, I honestly say Cristiano puts up a hat trick. I'm sorry. I just
against the U.S.
There's that Real Madrid coming in.
No. I don't know that we get the win against Portugal. I think that would be close. It could be a tie.
Yeah. I look at it like how Portugal's been playing in the qualifying, which is not very good.
Yeah.
In all honesty.
That's true, but I also think that you had a couple players that were also focused on some other things going on as well. So you kind of have to get into qualification, right?
Right.
And they also have their regular league, but then they're also competing in some other some European league stuff as well. I think the Germany one comes closer. I think Germany is a better match. I think the way we match up is a little bit better. They're not necessarily as fast as Portugal is. That's the one thing. Portugal is exceptionally fast at almost every position except in back. They're extremely slow back there with Contrao and Pepe.
Right.
But I think that'll be close. I think Germany, honestly, you're right. I think we play them closer.
Yeah, I definitely do too.
So who do you have coming out of?
I have the U.S.
All right,
I mean, I'm a little biased, obviously.
Right.
But I think Germany and the U.S.
Right. I mean, my hope is obviously U.S. and Portugal.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, actually.
Right. My reality is I honestly think Germany and Portugal come out of that.
It's just too much for the U.S.
Well, and I feel like people take the U.S. a little lightly too.
Well, and especially they're going to
that.
now. I mean, they're going to now in terms of the whole hoopla with Landon Donovan not being in there,
right?
And that under story of Klinsmann just getting these guys in to get experience for the next World Cup. This is a throwaway World Cup, and I read somewhere that the morale on the team is basically not like, oh crap, we don't have Landon Donovan.
No,
what
man.
are we gonna do? It's basically
stronger.
It's basically like it's as if a superstar got injured, and they're basically saying we're just going to take over and show everybody what we've got.
Exactly.
So now they're playing
like a challenge.
Yeah.
Like
I think Clint Dempsey does some amazing things this time. He's a guy who has a nose for the ball too, and he's just a cleanup guy too. The guy's just everywhere, right?
Yeah.
So who else are you excited to see? I mean, to play out in the World Cup, who would be your next favorite team outside of our group to watch?
It would have been Portugal, to be honest with you. I always like them. I have a bet with Hugo.
Okay.
Do you know Hugo? Our administrator?
Yeah.
I follow Hugo on Twitter.
Yeah, he's Hugo Schechter. He's an English fan.
Yeah.
Obviously, because he's from England and everything. So I actually have a $20 bet that they don't get out of the group.
I could agree.
So
that's a solid.
I truthfully don't think
bet.
that they get out of the group, and I'm interested to see that. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
Like I have no animosity towards England, except for the fact that for some odd reason my dad just loves England.
Yeah.
Yeah, he loves England, and he borderline started rooting for England over the U.S. in the last World Cup.
Oh, so
and
sounds like
it was not a healthy environment at that time.
Yeah.
I was really heated. So if they don't get out of the group, I would love it.
So another random question for you: does Messi show up this World Cup? Because I say no.
You say no.
No, not at all. He hasn't shown up in any World Cup. He hasn't shown up for the national team, period. I feel like he's one of those players, and this is what I think separates when they always do the debate between who's better between Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi is I think it's almost impossible to compare the two because they're two completely different players.
But has Cristiano shown up in a World Cup either?
Has he shown up for a national team? Yeah, he basically single-handedly pushed them to Euro Cup.
Right, I agree with that, but I'm saying like in a World Cup though. Well, he kind of hasn't either.
Well, that was his biggest knock on was that he hadn't done anything for national team at all until they got. So this is going to be that World Cup now after he had the success in 2012 where he just was on a tear. He single-handedly was pulling them. So
for sure.
But Messi is one of those. They have so much talent on that team outside of their defense, which is just awful. Right. They're just like a mess. Argentina is a mess of just really good individual players. Aguero and Messi. You have oh my gosh, in the back, it's he plays for Barcelona. Mascherano. Mascherano's back there as well. Argentina is always interesting because they are one of those teams they actually end up playing like Barcelona. It's pass, 22, 23 passes.
Right.
And you go, oh.
It's all about possession.
Yeah, so Argentina, and then how do you feel about Spain?
Spain?
Yeah.
I mean, they're easily the favorites. They play a great brand and stuff. The only thing that I kind of question is, I mean, soccer seems to always it always changes. What style's working at the time, you know? And like right now, I don't know if possession, like the ticky-tacky soccer, is really working. You know, it sometimes makes me think that right now is a counterattack style is what's working right now.
It's hilarious because I think that started. You're exactly right. This started 2 years ago when you saw was it Barcelona and Chelsea. Barcelona and Chelsea in the finals.
Right.
And Chelsea was one of those counterattacking. Barcelona it was like 68%. Like,
it was
and,
ridiculous.
And then
they
but
never
it was
had the
two
ball.
counterattacks. 2-0, right? Exactly. So I agree with you on the counterattacking front, but I think Spain's biggest issue is they have so much talent that who the hell do they start? Is the thing is you go you have so many good older players, so many great younger players, and now depending on what happens with Costa, if he can actually get healthy in the next 3 weeks, you actually have a striker. So that's the one thing Spain has been lacking since Torres went out of form and David Villa got old. Hey!
David Villa's old. How old is he?
David the Jet is
36, so let's pipe down the old man talk.
But I don't think you're rolling out there with David Villa though.
No, not necessarily.
Right.
Let's have you guys scoot down so we get John Koluder in the.
I don't want in frame here.
Yeah, you got to be in frame.
I feel like the
no, we are
the ghost off.
We are
off
because
screen.
we brought you a Dave Mustaine wig to wear.
Yes. There it is. Yes, there it is.
Yes.
Mustaine.
Yes.
Slayer?
No.
Oh, that's
Megadeth.
Sorry.
We were going to say
formerly of Metallica.
How amazing would you look in some Dave Mustaine hair?
That would be impressive. I always thought myself more of a Hatfield guy. Oh my God. But
joining us, friend of the show, John Koluder.
Officially reached friend of the show.
Yes,
status.
yes.
It's a big day.
And public relations extraordinaire.
God, he's so good at just blowing smoke up our asses too.
Yes.
He's amazing.
So anyway, let's just pick up right where we're talking. We're talking World Cup, obviously. We're talking about how
Kyle
this
doesn't know
guy
what the hell he's talking about.
I have no idea.
how this guy doesn't think the U.S. is going to get out of Group G.
I said my hopes
Then
is.
how could they?
Oh,
I mean that's it. All boils down
yeah,
to that.
yeah. What is
Really?
your
without Landon, we're no good.
So now
you said it.
Now that Koluder's here, of course, be using hashtag BYBcast. We're going to start giving away stuff. You've got scarves over here to give to people.
Scarves, you call these the Sovinsky scarves, the We Are Indy scarves. Since we have visuals up
yes,
here.
you want to throw it up there?
Oh no, wait, Skyline.
Oh,
Skyline
all right.
To show you the difference. To show you the difference.
Yes.
Okay, so we got
Skyline
over here. Here, I'll get it over here.
Right.
There you go.
So we have these.
See, I don't know.
Those are the cool ones.
I don't know.
I really, not that all of them are cool, but dude, the Skyline one those are dope. They're super dope.
There you go.
There we go. And then what's the other one?
The We Are Indy with
Yes.
Lady Victory
Ooh.
bearing a sword.
So you can win those,
Yes.
and you come bearing tickets for Wednesday's game, correct?
Yes, that is correct. Maybe even a few for Saturday's game. As well.
Oh, all right.
See
All right.
how giving you feel it.
So make sure that you have your brains ready, because we're going to actually get you and we talked to Kyle already, an idea for some kind of trivia question for people to answer. So we need to use your soccer brains, or just whatever brain you decide to use. Yes. So
I'm gonna do something here. I don't care. We're live.
What do you got?
I'm gonna do this.
Are you gonna adjust over
What
here?
are you doing?
You adjusting?
Oh, come on.
All right. So you can move it up a little bit.
That is reserved for Peter Evans only on game days.
There you go. You're good.
Sorry.
You're good. Yeah, that's perfect.
Don't be creepy, Chris. Don't get weird.
You want to get? Yeah, we want to get your your microphone over there. So yeah. How many?
Stand like this the rest of the time. So I had a question. So do you think Indy 11
Raise your hand
is?
before you ask.
Hey, I'm sorry. Do you think Indy 11 is the greatest team in the world? Because I do.
Pull the Chris Farley invitation.
Sorry.
Hence why you're wearing your Real Madrid Champions League jersey.
We don't need to go back
a
to
braggart.
No.
Nobody likes a braggart.
Not a bragger. Did you bring me a 10 patch? I need a 10 patch. Anyways, okay, so
back to World Cup.
So World Cup, how do you feel the group plays out?
I feel like it's the group of death
group,
for a reason,
right.
and we are part of that. So I see no reason why we will not compete vigorously.
What do you want?
I would like a
Because he can't drink, so
Yeah.
you need to drink for him.
Anymore.
He's
He's already had 3 Jameson shots.
We have
That's a good one.
the Numbmore Black, or you have the Hinchcliffe.
Oh no, I'll take the hitch.
Canning
Sorry.
glass, perfect. Yep. I gotta let them know what's
Gotta
on
keep it
available.
sponsor friendly.
Yeah, there you go.
Exactly, right?
Oh, and
Kyle, I'm sorry,
did you-
buddy.
I know, right?
Kyle's like this. I got a game tomorrow. I gotta run around and slide tackle
you,
the hell out of people.
Do you like our picture that we posted of us tasting the Indy 11 beer down at Flat 12?
Oh, did you see this?
You didn't even see. Let me show you the photo. I will show the world.
We were down with Rob because Rob was on the show 2 weeks ago,
Right.
With
and
Chris.
invited us down and basically just opened up the tank and poured us out the Indy 11 beer.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, and so we were one of the first people outside of the brewery to.
Indy 11 beer.
You didn't know about that?
No. Oh.
Brickyard Battalion Indy 11 beer.
Oh, I knew that. Okay, it's the
Yes.
Brickyard Battalion beer.
Yes.
I did know about that.
Yes,
I was
it's
talking with Valerie.
Yeah,
and,
so we were
and,
tasting that, and it's delicious.
Kara, the
No,
other
you
day.
can't even see it.
yes, they
You can't
can.
even
Look,
see it.
look. Watch this. They're gonna see
No, you
that.
can't see it.
They're gonna see that. They can see that.
Yes.
Because Rob let us know how he feels
Yes.
about the BYB. It's
I
amazing.
heard
I went,
great things about Rob.
oh, dude,
I
he
heard
was
great
hilarious.
things
Yes.
about Rob.
I gotta say, the interaction between him and Chris was really unique because they were on so different, like, opposite ends of the spectrum.
Chris Way was talking all about soccer.
And then Rob's really paying attention. And then Rob gets going into Rob mode
Beer-
and
beer
Liotta, Ray Liotta mode. Yes. And then Chris just literally has his face on. He's just like this.
Like,
He's just zoned
and fascinated.
zoned the hell out. Just like looking at him like, what is this guy saying? Right. It was amazing. So anyways,
So, yes, back to the World Cup.
Sorry. Yeah. You know, everyone's gonna.
first game,
fixate-
U.S. Ghana.
I think we could take that one. I think we can. And if we don't, the mindset's going to be so bad because we lost to. I mean, they kicked
Again.
us out again. So yeah, it'd be if we don't. If we tie the Ghana game, there's still a chance. If we lose the Ghana game, obviously, I think the mindset's just going to tank. Collective mindset, and they'll be done before it even.
So that first game's going to set the pace for the rest of the.
Yeah, I mean, only 3 games. It kind of does by default.
Well, but if it's one of the other
no,
ones, if they're
right.
playing against Germany the first game, it's going to
Right,
be
true.
one of those things where okay, let's just
more
get
daunting.
through it
Right.
without too many
Right,
goals
and then
against.
Try to get our 6 points later.
Right.
Yeah.
So Portugal then, the next game against Portugal.
Portugal. I think Jermaine Jones does a little leg breaking on your boy Ronaldo, and harsh. It's gonna be
Is he
It's gonna be like a.
is he gonna be over there?
Through a wheat.
Is he going to be over there, or are you going to have DeMarcus Beasley? Because DeMarcus Beasley is just going to... No, you can't, because Beasley's going to be at midfield by the time Ronaldo is at the box. You're right. That would be bad. But I love that. So he's going to do some leg breaking. So he's going
I think that's gonna be. It's gonna be. Get into him early, kind of like
he's gonna go Kyle Hyland me. He's gonna Hyland me. All right.
He's gonna get the job done. Exactly.
Okay.
Cut
Set the
through,
pace for
set the
that.
tone,
All right.
and maybe we get a point out. No, we could
Tie?
take Portugal.
Really?
We'll take
So you're going to win. Kyle has him with the tie. So he's got to win against Ghana, tie, and so the final one is Germany.
5-4 against Portugal.
It's going to be goals.
Ronaldo goes 4, and Wando gets 5. So he balances it out.
I said Ronaldo hat trick, and then he came and won up me.
Yeah.
Damn, Wando
Hey, the
gets
people
5.
want goals, all right?
No,
Yeah,
Wando
goals.
gets
Is that the
4.
game in the
Dempsey
middle of the
gets 1.
jungle?
Yeah, that's the one way out.
Yeah, it's gonna get nutty.
It's gonna be hot. It's gonna be ridiculously
Everyone's going to have
It's gonna be
malaria.
Right.
That might help us a little bit.
Yeah, it could.
It could maybe slow Cristiano down. Maybe. You know.
He'll just play with his shirt off,
I
and
mean,
then
he
everybody will be distracted, like, oh.
The problem is the guy just came off of being awesome for like all season, so he's just really tired. You know, he's gonna have to take his shirt off and get an instant yellow card. So damn hot. I gotta take my shirt off. And so, all right, hold your water up, sir. I'm sorry. I feel bad. Cheers. Thank you for coming on the show. Appreciate it.
Our pleasure.
Those of you who are drinking or watching at home, make sure to hold
Cheers
on.
to you guys as well.
Yes.
Thank you. So, all right.
So let's talk Indy 11.
Back-
Back to Indy 11 and the
I guess they're kind of important.
the 2 games.
Moderate.
Obviously, you've got the Dayton game, and then you have the San Antonio game that kind of wraps up the the spring season, and before the
home
break.
part of the
Yeah,
spring
the home
season.
part of the spring
The
season.
important part of the
Right.
spring season.
And how close are we to sellouts on Saturday?
Saturday, it's trending well. We're
Okay.
further along than we've been this early in the week for any game.
Really?
So maybe the opener. So it's looking good.
Okay.
It's looking very good. So, yeah, I mean,
Are you guys
can't argue
looking
with
at?
that?
Is this kind of now become the goal that every week this has happened? Like, can we do the first spring season? Can we get every
Now,
sellout?
I mean, now there's kind of the expectation
Yeah.
that you have to sell out now. I mean, there's a ton of pressure on you now to
Right.
get it done and keep getting the word out and keep getting new fans to come in and experience it. So that's the fun part. I mean, it's a little daunting and challenging, but it's fun. And players need a challenge on the field, and we like a challenge in the front office too. So it's been rewarding, and I think it will continue to be rewarding. And 9,500 is nothing to sniff at, but it's nothing like 10.5.
Right.
So.
And you kind of mentioned at the beginning too, where you were just like, these were the biggest crowds that you've ever played in front of. So what was that feeling?
So how bad was Crew Stadium? No, I kid.
Crew Stadium, it was like 18.5,
Right.
but it's a bigger stadium, so
Right.
it doesn't look as full,
Right.
doesn't feel as full.
Yeah.
Where this is like, I mean, it's slam packed and
Right.
it's closer and everything, so
It's intimate.
it's a lot it's a lot more fun.
It's very intimate, especially if you're an opposing goalkeeper. Apparently,
Yeah.
It's very intimate.
Oh yeah, they don't like us.
I love
don't want to know.
They don't
No,
like
no,
I
no.
want to know what you
No,
guys
it's
feel.
more of we just get to know their name, and they get to know the fact that we know their name,
Right.
and then we just come up with nicknames, and so lots and lots of nicknames. This is really
Not doing the camera crazies and like learning about their girlfriends and family members.
nobody said that.
During the IU exhibition game.
Oh man,
we were-
razzing on the IU
Oh yeah,
kids.
because he's 18. He's an 18-year-old goalkeeper, and so we were just ripping him up, being like, "Hey, you want to go out drinking after the? Oh, I can't do that. Did you ask your mom if you could be out this late to play this game?" And then he made this
That's like
spectacular.
family.
He made the spectacular save, and I'm like, I can't even make fun of you
I
now
would say
because
the
that save
worst.
was amazing.
I would say the worst was probably Akira from Carolina. Akira.
Akira, your parents named you a girl's
Yeah,
name.
named you
Akira
no Akira, which was how many porn jokes were there? It was just so bad. It was so bad. It's this poor guy.
I don't enter that
So
world.
every time you see a keeper just kick it out of sidelines, and it's happened multiple times,
Yeah.
it's from the shit we're saying. We are out of control over there, man. I'm telling you, it's so bad. If you're a keeper, it's just got to be bad. You just
Oh yeah.
nonstop. I mean, you got to hear
No.
us.
No,
so what
I
is
do,
this
yeah.
like to hear us?
To be honest with you, I can only pick out some of the chants you guys say.
Yeah.
Like the boys in blue are pretty
Yeah.
easily I can hear. What other ones? We believe that we will win. But other than that, like, I don't know. I obviously so focused on the game that I don't really like pick out what
Really?
you guys are saying.
You
I just hear the
definitely have an
loudness, which is
Okay.
definitely makes it harder for other
Has
teams
there- has
as
there
well
ever-
because they're not used to it either. So
Has there ever been a point where you just like caught something that just made you laugh a little bit, and you were
Yeah,
trying really
I've-
hard
I've
not to
heard a
smile?
couple of that.
Where you're like, I shouldn't laugh because that's obviously going to encourage them.
right.
Oh no, you shouldn't.
I've heard a couple. I've heard a couple like when I'm at like we're at an away game or
Yeah,
something,
yeah.
and I'm on the sideline of like the main group of fans
Yeah.
or something, and they start saying things to me too, and I start chuckling a couple times.
Do you ever banter back?
Like,
Do
yeah,
you kind of let them?
No.
You can't break
Can't
the
do
fourth wall. You can't break the fourth wall.
Question on Twitter using hashtag BYBcast.
Be tweeted. Should
We're of course live
you
from
should
Fishers
be.
Chatham in Fishers, Indiana, with Kyle Hyland
Unbelievable.
and John Koluder. Did you
Well, it's
leave
not
your
like
phone?
you're really-
be back.
All right. Okay. Yes. But well,
Koluder's
actually,
in
so
trouble.
we can't answer this question because this is a Koluder question.
Because this is a Koluder question. So hurry up. No, hurry up. No, we can wait.
I'll tweet in 5 minutes.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and answer it.
Scott, so SC Arnold 8 at SC Arnold 8. He has a profile picture of a toolbox. He asks,
Is that symbolism?
Yes,
here
yes, I
for,
think
for
so.
my question?
I want to read it in the proper way. I'm going to do this for him.
Yes, okay,
Where is it?
I fear where this is
it's
going.
right there.
What? Oh, dude.
Oh.
I need to be able to read
I
it.
thought you already read it. It's
No,
like
I didn't.
3
Here you
words.
Oh, so what defines a sellout?
I'm curious. It was
That is-
Yes. Oh, I'm curious.
I'm curious.
Yeah,
That
what-
is when all the seats are full. No,
No.
The
No, because
sellout-
I've
that
actually
is-
asked that too.
sellout is 10,285 is the exact
Okay.
number. Now,
So
we
non-expanded.
open up- No, we open up some extra sections for the first game and a few, just some more spaces for the second game, a lot less. But yeah, we had 11,000 the first game. We're actually averaging 10.5, so we're actually averaging over capacity right now.
See, that's a great
Nice
question.
little bonus.
Because I've been
We're
wondering
running
that
at
too. Because I'm like,
105%
every
right
single week it's different.
Yeah,
until
right.
I'm like,
last,
this isn't a
last two it
sellout.
has been 10,285.
Okay.
All right, now go get your phone because we're gonna give
Yes.
away some tickets.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
yes.
Walk
So-
Uh, around with your beer though and stumble around. It's good.
Your playing style, okay? Is it like who basically your favorite players? Who are the guys that you look up to? Who are the guys that you base your style on and that you're like, I want to play like that?
All right. I wouldn't say there's like a certain player that I like base it off of.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of just like watch as much soccer as I can and pick things apart that like each player does, because you can always learn from like even the players you play against. Like everybody does something differently, so like being able to like pick up on things and stuff and use that towards your game definitely helps. But obviously, being a Man U fan, I do like Patrice Evra.
Oh,
so
better than ever.
Yes, as you like to say.
Oh my God, I can't stand that dude on FIFA.
Yeah, he just signed another for another year. I believe it was.
Another year, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so you like Patrice Evra?
I do.
Good.
Anybody else?
I mean, I don't want to say Sergio Ramos just because it's going to make you excited.
I'm
good
sorry,
one.
But
sir.
no, I
It's a good one to
do
base
love
off of.
Sergio Ramos.
I'm sorry,
as well.
sir.
And Marcelo's unreal.
Okay.
Marcelo's unreal.
Yeah. You know, I was going to say, I don't know that you can jump as high as Sergio Ramos.
No, I don't think I could.
And I don't think you're
I have
6'2".
Are you better hops than you
Hold
think,
up.
though.
You're just basically just telling him he has no hops to his face.
No. I'm saying he's not 6'2",
No.
so that makes a big difference. So, and saving grace.
And he's
I'm
back.
just kidding.
What are you saying? Kyle's right here.
Oh, wait,
I mean, come on.
no, I'm saying for me going down a bad path, because I'm not trying to offend the guy. I love the guy. This is,
Which guy?
I told you, this is our boy.
John, what do you think of Kyle's play so far?
I think Kyle's been a piece of crap. No.
Okay, better really tread your water.
No, I noticed in preseason, like, fans are gonna like this guy. Like he's got the energy, he's got a ton of bite, and
He's so damn modest, too, and I love that. That's great.
It's the Midwestern. It's the Cleveland, actually. It's the Cleveland in him, because when you're rooting for Cleveland teams, you're not used to bragging a lot.
You are
so
a
you have
factory
to be
of sadness.
modest.
Factory of
You saw that YouTube video?
Oh, who has
it's
it?
great.
Who
It's
has
really
it?
great.
Some
It's
of
so
the best
true, though.
and
That's
worst
how
of
every
2
fan
minutes.
is.
Scott was pissed about us making fun of his toolbox.
No, you making fun of his toolbox.
He says he's never watching watching again. Hashtag assholes.
Wow, well done.
Yes, well done. But hey,
Good job, Andy.
we're not the one who has a toolbox
Hey,
as his
stop it.
profile picture. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Dude.
I thought that was
Kidding,
I
Scott.
thought he put it
Yeah.
up there for me.
Yeah.
To like correlate that he was asking
No,
the toolbox a
that's
question.
that's been there for a while. That's been there for a while. I know because he follows us. Yes.
Well, probably not after now
anymore.
because you're
Check
an
the numbers.
asshole.
Check the numbers.
Golly.
We love you, Scott. Anyway, carry on.
No, I feel like this went in a really bad direction now. Andy, you're fired.
How about we make it up? How about we make it up to folks by giving away stuff?
That could be
Because bribery is usually the best medicine for
Yes.
hatred.
Yes.
Honey works better than okay. Anyways, all right.
All right,
How do
so
we wanna do this here?
I'm gonna have Kyle. Do you got a question?
I don't have a question right now. Go to John first.
All right.
John, you got a question? So we're gonna give away. Let's just say we're gonna give away 2 tickets. Where are these tickets at, by the way?
Oh, that depends on which ones I'm giving away.
All right. So-
I believe these will be North Goal
Okay.
section. So
So we're gonna do 2 of them.
cheap seats, but there are no bad seats in Carroll Stadium.
We're gonna
which
go-
is the good news.
We're gonna do 2 of them.
Let's do 2.
So 2 tickets
All right.
using hashtag BYBcast. And so ask away.
All right.
Kind of feel like Scott's gonna probably need some tickets now, huh?
Scott's automatically wins.
All right.
Hey, congratulations, Scott.
It being Open Cup week, we'll go with a little Open Cup flavor.
All right.
Pedro Mendes, Indy 11 forward, if you're unfamiliar.
Mhm.
And you should not be, but 2012, I believe, was the glorious run for Cal FC. Which MLS team did Pedro help lead to victory? And I believe it was the 4th round of the 2012 tournament, maybe marking one of the largest upsets in the modern era of the U.S. Open Cup.
Kyle, do you know this?
I don't know this.
All right.
Wow.
We're gonna make
That's a
this
good
tough.
question.
These are free tickets,
Yes.
people. Nobody said this was gonna be easy.
All right. So hashtag BYBcast.
And that's such a difficult question. I'm going to have to try to think of something.
Which MLS?
Which MLS team?
Did Cal FC beat on the road, nonetheless.
On the road.
I believe they got spanked by San Jose 5-0 the next
Okay.
round. but-
That's okay.
So it's clearly not San Jose.
So that
Giving you people hints.
yes.
Helping you out a little bit.
Is it an East Coast team or a West Coast team?
Well, that
That's what I'm
would
getting.
that would
Come on now.
that's too much.
All right. All right. So we're gonna be moving on while people are thinking and probably googling.
Apologize to
Cue the
Scott.
Jeopardy music.
Scott already put hashtag sarcasm.
Good.
I'm really worried
Since
about
you
Kyle.
have
Have him as
Thanks.
followers.
Yes. You're really worried about that.
No, I just, I appreciate everybody that follows us and that actually listens to this train wreck of a show, and I appreciate everybody who comes on. And at this point,
call it more of a
we're not as
dumpster
big.
See, too hard on yourself.
Yes. We did call ourselves Permanent Relegation. It's
true.
not like we
That's a
really
good
think
call.
highly of ourselves.
I really should just revel in this and relish
You
it.
know what? That's a question. Do you think relegation and promotion would work well here in the States?
About 40 years.
Yeah.
You think it's got to take a while to?
I mean, everyone
I
loves
think-
playoffs.
I
That's the
Playoffs?
only thing. Everyone loves playoffs in America.
think the debate has been ended like multiple times where it just I don't think it can't work. You don't have enough teams.
Financially viable
No.
for another 4 or 5 decades. That would be correct.
All right.
You gotta understand that MLS owners and even NASL, the amount of money invested versus what you're actually getting back at this point, nobody's gonna go, can I go to a lesser league where I get paid
Right.
less money?
Right. Well, it's not just that. It's the investment they've made in their league for the last 17 years
Right.
now.
And now I can't be in that league anymore? Wait a
Right.
minute. I was one of the originals. I'm the reason why there still is an MLS. How the hell am I going to be in a lesser league? Because your team is terrible. In that 17 years, you should be good by now. So, all right. So we have
We do have a winner already.
all right.
Somebody who asked a question earlier, Alex Ladd.
Alex with 2 Ds.
Yes,
2
2
Ds is
Ds,
better than 1
because
D.
Cheryl.
Everybody, yes, like Cheryl Ladd. I was going to ask John to give us the answer, but he's busy. Imagine.
Right?
So
John's got to work.
the Portland Timbers lost to Cal FC.
Wow.
1-0.
Wow, no kidding.
In
Pedro
the-
Mendez led the way.
Yes.
So
Does that mean he scored?
I don't know.
Well, that's a
let's,
question.
you know what? Let's do this because we don't have Koluder here to give us this, and we're
We can
all
make it
sitting
up.
here go- Pedro Mendez scored 2 hat tricks.
Right.
What do you call it when you score
6-0
6
against
goals?
Portland.
What do you call it when so hat trick? Like in bowling, when you get a 4, it's a ham bone. What do you call it if you score
When I
4
was younger,
goals?
they always said Texas hat trick. I don't know.
Texas hat trick.
I don't know
because everything's
why.
bigger. Because
Yeah,
everything's
yeah,
bigger
right?
in Texas. All right,
Not really sure why.
man.
I just grew up knowing that though. I don't know why. I really have no
Texas
idea.
hat trick?
It's just a weird name, right?
That sounds back to porn.
Maybe it
that
was
sounds like an
just
interesting move.
Yeah, really. That sounds like something that should be on
Dude, I
Urban
totally pulled the
Dictionary.
Texas hat trick on it.
Yeah.
It was a
Something on the Urban Dictionary.
Urban Dictionary. Texas hat trick. Oh man. Okay. So, anyways,
Yes. So there we
what
go.
we need to do is he's gonna need to. What is he gonna DM Koluder here?
Yeah, we'll probably DM him. Alex, make sure that you're following us, and we'll get
The
you
double D is
information.
gonna DM
The
Koluder.
double D needs to DM Koluder. God, really? Are we going that way already?
Dude, you started with 2 Ds is better than 1. I mean, I didn't do this. You
I
did
wasn't
this.
actually insinuating anything about the D. I was just saying that his name has 2 Ds,
Who
and
the hell
so
do you think you are? Like,
I
I know you.
am the.
I know you.
Yes. Okay. Anyway.
All right, there you go.
So
Did he just say, "Okay, boss"?
no, he said later.
Miley
Miles.
Kruger calls.
Oh,
dude, boss.
That's a call. All right.
Well, you know what? Especially since you're the one who blew out her knee.
Oh, come on, man.
I'm
Did you
starting
really
this
just do
internet
that right
rumors.
now?
Internet rumors.
Kidding me?
Koluder went in for a Kyle
Wait, I
Hyland
thought it was
slide text.
DeRosa.
No, it was him.
I thought it was DeRosa.
No, he
my
went,
heart.
he went into a cleat up tackle
It
with
was
his
you.
shoes on,
Hurts
and he
my
blew her knee
Was it
out.
really
Live
you?
in
No,
Ireland.
I'm not nearly athletic enough to pull a tackle off like
Molly
that. all right?
Kruger?
First
Yeah.
of all.
It
That's
wasn't
probably
him.
why you tore up your knees.
Kyle
because-
was
I
like-
could have sworn I knew who it was. And I was like, wait, I think I know who it
Kyle
was.
sat up. Kyle sat up and was like, "Did you mess Molly Kruger up?
Right?
I'm gonna take you out. That's my girl. That's my
messes
boo.
with my mouth.
That's my boo." Anyway, shout out to Molly Kruger with the speedy recovery.
The best.
Yes,
The best
absolutely. Right. Yeah, she's remember it's about dogs,
Yes.
boys, and booze.
Yep. Exactly.
That's what we found out.
Dogs, boys, and booze.
That's what Molly's
Dogs,
all about.
Like
That's what she-
B-O-O-S or B-O-O-Z-E?
Booze. Not
Booze.
food, but booze. Right, different. So
Yes, Alex got the question right with,
Yes.
with the Portland.
so should he do?
Yes.
Should he DM you? Should he just call you
Why
at home and
don't
go,
you,
"Hey"?
why don't you email media@indy11.com?
Media
Media
at indy11.com. Enunciate
One more
that.
time? That is-
Instructions will be delivered.
media?
He also wants a scarf, apparently.
You know what? Now you're just asking
yeah,
for a lot.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Bakers can't be choosers, Alex. Yeah.
Do you
Huh.
still want the scarf? Still want them?
I don't think those will be the ones that we're giving them to him, I hope.
Oh no, they are.
These are-
They
these are-
absolutely are.
Can I take it to the
And
restroom?
now they're
Hey,
special.
let's both sit on them.
Yes. Oh.
Cannot take you guys anywhere.
Oh, you know what? It'd be totally cool if this was an autograph scarf Ooh. From
John?
From the best.
Yeah,
right?
from me.
John.
Give me that Sharpie. Give me that Sharpie.
I think it'll work perfectly fine,
Muck
actually.
this thing up a little bit.
No, so no, we are definitely going to have them sign the ball.
Yes.
You as well, sir. Yes.
Now you want some
It's
value out of this.
We
one
have
day.
Rob Caputo on that ball. You can be on that ball.
You
Oh,
should
this
sign.
is the
Yeah.
collective guest.
Yeah,
ball
so,
for
so
the
you
year.
should
Okay.
you should totally sign above him and say something. Like,
Yeah.
Ray Liotta sucked in casino. No. Or was he in casino?
no, he was not, but that's okay.
All right.
Ray Liotta. I'm not a fan of Ray Liotta. Don't even know his films. That's what Koluder
Come on.
basically said. No, I know all of his films. I'm just saying you don't. Anyways, all right.
Maybe that's the joke.
Maybe it is. We had to. I actually am now immediately regretting my decision of putting a microphone in front of John Koluder's face.
Why? Because it's
It's the John Koluder show.
no. Then he just brings his mic with him. These
No.
are portable.
For those of you who listened to the show that John and Guijo was on,
yes.
that was the same show that
Hala Madrid.
Three of you.
it was just me.
No, Jurgen and Tim were here.
Yeah, Jurgen and
So
Tim were here. Then
they're-
they bounced, and then you guys
yeah,
came
and
up.
then
And the
listenership
first thing,
just
the
plummeted.
first thing that John
that's
said
huge.
was a Larry King voice.
Oh, yeah.
Kansas City, you're on the air.
Wichita, Kansas. Hello.
He even came on in the suspenders and was like, all right.
Battle Creek, Michigan.
So, do you have any questions for Kyle?
I think
Yeah.
I've asked all my questions.
No.
About, in the 11 questions feature for our game day program.
Ooh,
couple
that's
weeks
true.
ago.
Except
I
for the
think
rights.
I grilled you on that. So.
Except for these were like actual professional questions.
Those are
Right.
those are textbook
You forget
PR
the show.
bullshit.
Right, exactly.
All right.
Questions you wanted to know.
Let's see. Ooh, we can dig deep on like some Brown stuff here. Like, was Bernie Kosar you're too young for
I'm
Bernie
too
Kosar
young for
even.
that. My dad loved him though.
Oh, what do you think?
Just
Hey,
say-
so what
just
do
say
you
he'll
think of
give
the
you
draft
support
pick?
in the Bernie Kosar?
No, I was-
yeah. What about Johnny football?
Yeah, I'm fine with that pick. I'm glad that I took him later.
Right.
But I was more angry we didn't take Sammy Watkins and we traded that pick away, and then Buffalo picked him up. I was
I could see that.
really angry.
Sammy
about that.
Watkins and Josh Gordon after he comes back from
Think
his
about that, right?
suspension, and then probably will be suspended again forever because
Right.
that guy's. Anyways, but he's an
But-
amazing
but-
talent.
Yeah, and think about that. If you have those two players,
Oh,
and
man.
we already
Yeah.
bypassed on Julio Jones in the previous draft, or whenever
Right.
he came
Let's
out.
be
of
honest, the Browns are amazing at
Gosh.
drafting.
Yeah, it's
They are great.
unreal. I was so upset about it.
You'll
I was
trade him to the
screaming at the
Colts?
TV
You're
when
gonna-
we didn't get
Yeah.
Sammy Watkins.
You're going to trade him to the Colts next year, anyways.
For
So
another
it's all
first
good.
round draft
Yeah.
pick.
Hey,
How's
Trent Richardson's doing real
going?
well, huh?
How's
He
that going
will.
for you?
This year, he will be just fine.
Oh yeah.
Now he has a whole year of knowing the system.
Sure.
Okay.
Because
We'll
that's
see.
the problem.
We traded him away for a reason.
Right.
You know?
That's the
You
problem.
guys just take our leftovers, you know?
So let me
Except
tell
which
you about.
linebacker did they
So when,
take?
so you can teach us about drafting. Let's see, Peyton Manning, Andrew Luck, and we'll teach you about the shit. I guess we'll teach you about
You
both.
guys-
You could always have,
Drafting
you
him?
could always
Yeah.
have Tim Couch over
Huh.
our head.
Yes,
So,
we can show you guys how to-
right?
show you guys how to
Great,
play.
you know?
Let me show you guys how to play quarterback.
Was on a couch within 5 years. Awful.
Unreal.
Oh,
Hey, but no, I want to change Johnny Manziel's number away from 2. Because the
Yeah.
past 2 guys I've had 2, Tim
And
Couch
who else?
and Colt McCoy.
Oh, man.
Colt
I
McCoy. Totally
forgot
forgot about Colt McCoy
I forgot
already.
about Colt McCoy
Already.
Yeah.
Oh my
Did not
god.
take. He
Both
also
number
forgot about
twos.
himself because of all the concussions. So
I
I
hear.
don't feel that bad.
I hear Derek Anderson's coming back.
Hey, he led us to a 10 and 6
He
season.
totally did.
that
10
had
and
to
6
be on
season.
steroids. I'm
He
pretty
led
sure
us
that
to a
was
10 and
steroids.
6 season.
Back when Braylon Edwards was good.
That was
Back
Jim
when
Sorgi.
Edwards didn't
Wasn't
drop
that
a ball.
Was that the Jim Sorgi year? The year we should have made the playoffs, except the Colts rested Peyton in Week 17, and Jim Sorgi comes in and sucks it up. And if they had won that game, the Browns would have been in the playoffs.
Yeah, because the Jets ended up
I've
winning that.
never,
Yes.
ever
The
forgiven
Jets.
the Colts for that.
The Jets snuck
Ever.
in after that. Yes. That's right. That's good.
The
Andy's just
one
here.
year we're good.
Right?
Are you a
One year.
Cavs? Are you a Cavs fan
Colts
too?
undermine us.
Big Cavs fan, yeah.
Yeah. What do you think about the fact that they've got another first round draft
I
pick?
think we're bound to be good
I
eventually.
think it's bullshit.
You think LeBron's going back? You
I
think
there's
LeBron's
just
coming
no
back?
way that they get a number 1 draft pick.
LeBron's
This is
never
like the
going back
4th
there.
one in like 5. There's just
Third
no
in
way.
4 years.
How?
Third in 4 years.
How does
Unreal.
this? Okay, so how they're starting tonight. By the way, we're looking over here tonight.
So we got Altidore, Dempsey up front, Bradley,
yeah.
we got Bedoya and Zusi, Jones,
Jones in the back, and then they're playing a 4. So Beasley.
4-1-2-1-2. So
Yeah.
4-1-2. Okay.
Yeah. 4-1-2-1.
So Beasley.
Ooh, no, that's more like a 4-1-2-1-1. That's kind of weird.
It's like a 4-1-2-1-1-1.
1-1 with the diamond midfield.
Okay.
Yeah, so
There you go.
4-1-2-1-2.
Yes.
Right.
Or 4-1-2-1-1-1.
It could be.
Or maybe it's just a 4-1-2-2-1-2.
Dialing.
It's almost like a
long
4.
distance here.
4-1-2-1-2.
Klondike 36294.
Charlie, Bravo, Alpha.
Yes,
Let's go.
yes.
All right, Zulu.
Hey, let's give away a scarf.
Dude,
Let's give away a score.
let's give away a scarf. This is on you. You can't
I
defer
know.
anymore,
Yes.
sir.
You can't
How
defer.
difficult? I feel like it's got to be an easier question than
Yeah.
you gave, you know? I mean, I'm not saying an easy
We should dumb
question.
it down a little
Does
bit.
it have to be Indy 11 based?
No.
No.
No,
It could be
no, this
Cleveland.
Is anything
All right,
about
I'll
you.
go-
How about a Cleveland
I'm
Browns?
going to stick Indy 11 first.
Okay.
First one. Because nobody may know this.
And make sure that you're using
Might be a little-
hashtag BYBcast when you
Let's
answer.
do it together. Hashtag BYBcast.
That was very like early '80s AM radio.
I
right
should have done
there.
this too. I should have listened to my tone.
Talking about politics. Talking about politics. All right, go ahead. Anyways,
All right.
this is what happens. We're amazing.
Whose nickname on the team is Cookie?
John already knows it.
You like that, right?
Who's
Sorry.
I just
Who's-
learned this last week.
Whose nickname
It's Cookie.
on a team on the Indy 11 roster is Cookie?
Hashtag BYBcast.
Hashtag BYBcast.
And go.
How would anybody know this? Are they just going to start guessing?
They're going to be
random?
guessers.
Right.
I guess you better know your roster.
Yeah,
If this
exactly.
is your team. Come on, you boys in blue.
Is it somebody that was on the our video? Did we interview them?
I do not believe.
That narrows it down.
It may be, maybe someone newer. I'll narrow it down that way.
Technically, you're all new.
That's true. Newer, I said. I didn't say new. I didn't say
Sounds
new. I
like
said newer.
you're not an OG.
Yes. Yes. So for those of you who just tuned in, who for a scarf, for an Indy 11 scarf?
Of your choice.
Oh, of your choice. So there's the skyline, and then there's the
Lady.
We are in
Lady
Lady
Victory.
Victory. The Lady Victory.
Stabbing Lady. I was just pointing at Lady Victory over there. It's your
let's see.
crest. I gotta say, you know what? I love this one, but that has quickly become my favorite crest, period, of any club.
It's so
That-
sharp.
It is. That
So
cre-
sharp. Patrick Cummings is a genius. Man.
What's so funny is when I saw all the different iterations, they posted this out, which was like the 50 different iterations they had for what the
Right.
actual Indy 11 logo was going to be.
That
As it
was
progressed,
really cool.
I went, what? Did
Really
you get it?
Nope.
No?
Nope. Nobody
So-
got it yet.
Yeah,
I
so
don't think anybody's
did
gonna
you
get
guys
I
see
love
that?
I want to say who they said because I think it's funny. But
Who did they
We
say?
can. Don
Okay.
Smart.
yeah, they said Don Smart.
Don
Dude,
Smart.
Don Smart cannot be.
Don Smart has to. I think has
like
to be an answer
18
every
other
time.
Nicknames, doesn't he?
AJ Corrado, no, not correct. Christian, no, not correct. Keep going.
We're going to get there eventually.
I know,
What's
right?
funny is maybe you should.
going through the
He's
lineup.
going to be like,
Alex was like,
It's
"That's so
actually
hard
me."
for a scarf because it's not something that can be Googled, which he did to win the tickets."
Right?
That's the beauty of this.
Cookie.
Sometimes Google
Yeah.
cannot
All
help
right,
you out.
let's do another hint. Let's do
Another
another hint.
All right. He has not made an appearance yet.
Okay, offense or defense?
Offense.
Offense and hasn't made an appearance.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So
That
everybody's
definitely narrows it down.
Now
Does
people are
narrow
just
it down.
here. I'm going to help you.
I want to see what your traffic is on
Indy11.com
Indy11.com during the
roster.
show.
Right, yeah. Go through the roster.
Go
Who has
team
not made one?
roster. Right.
We're still hashtag BYBcast.
Oh,
Who
my-
on the Indy 11 roster is nicknamed Cookie for a scarf of your choice? Blake Smith, no. Ben Spencer, no. Ben
He
Spencer has
has
also
played.
has played 3 games.
And
As
as
has
we're
Blake
waiting-
Smith.
Hashtag Blake Smith.
As we're talking about this, obviously everybody on the
we got
team.
an info. We got a winner. Sorry, we got a winner.
It's all right.
Stout the presses.
So you want to tell us who it is?
Yeah, Kevin Rozo
Yes,
is
Kevin
named
Rozo.
Cookie.
And can we ask why?
You know who won?
What? Who won?
Yes.
Alex.
Someone who wins a lot on the show. Who's a big fan of the show.
I don't know.
And he promotes our show
Anyone
all
who
the time.
listens to the show is a winner.
Oh, down from Evansville?
Lord Twerk.
Lord Twerk.
Lord Twerk just won the scarf.
I love Twitter.
John Thomas Lord.
John Thomas Lord. No, that's somebody we can talk about the profile pic. Can we look anything more like, dude? I want to say almost like a pedophile, but I'm not going to. No. This guy we talked. No, he's amazing. This guy has been amazing. So no, No, he did this on
Start
purpose.
busting out the
Yes.
Lebowski lines.
Right.
Yes. John Thomas Lord, email
Yes.
media@indy11.com.
At Indy11.com.
No,
MEDIA.
Now, for those who didn't get it, we do have a second scarf that we'll be getting rid of later on here as well. So what was your question? Yeah.
So yes, please, 2 more. Thank you. Dos más. Dos a cero.
well then.
I thought you were channeling your inner Sammy Hagar there in tribute to Friday's Heart Day
Did you
concert.
go? Did either of you guys go?
No, I couldn't.
Yeah, you guys
I was
were out.
road tripping.
Yeah, you were in the. That was a fucking stupid ass question. Jeez. I just asked the guys who were just in New York if they went to Carb Day.
Hey, that's okay. Hey, so did you guys go to Portugal to watch the Champions League final? I hear that was amazing. And Koluder was actually in like the whirlwind East Coast tour.
He was.
Taxing. It's, somehow
That is not how you put it on Facebook. Facebook was amazing,
It was exhilarating,
exhilarating,
it was the time of my
regenerating.
life. It was.
He comes on the show. It was
refreshing.
fucking taxing.
Miserable. You kidding me? No, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. Got to see
Where'd you go?
a lot of beautiful parts of the country I haven't seen in a while. Well, sorry, Kyle, but Ohio kind of sucks just driving through 70. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
But the sun shone in Ohio for the first time ever when I drove through.
Was it
Not
Joakim
good,
Noah that
refreshing.
said, Cleveland's horrible. Nobody ever just says, hey, I'm going to go to vacation to Cleveland for a whole week or something
Well,
like
see,
that.
I love Cleveland. I have family in Cleveland.
Hey,
It's
we
the
got
rest of-
Cedar
it's
Point
the
like
rest of
30
the
minutes
state.
away.
See, I
It's
can
the rest
say
of the
some
state
shit.
I
You got the
can't
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
We do the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
All right with that.
I can say some
brownies.
shit about this
We
because my whole family's from Toledo. My dad's side, which
See,
is
my
kind of like
mom's
this whole
from Toledo,
armpit
so-
from
Right.
Cleveland to Toledo. It's
And
like this
Toledo
armpit.
is so much worse than Cleveland.
Oh, dude, exactly.
So
Hey,
much worse than
I
Cleveland.
don't
Back
know.
off, man.
I feel like it's kind of the
Send my
same.
mom after you guys.
Cleveland's like
It's
the
not
big
pretty.
brother.
They
of-
literally call it the armpit of the
yeah,
state.
it goes all the way to Cleveland.
Yeah, it's not.
It's
Not quite. Not quite.
Glass City, baby.
Then what
Glass
does
City.
that make Cincinnati? I'm not even going to
The
throw
dirty
any
natty.
names
The
out
dirty
there,
natty.
but,
The Grundle.
I
The
will
Grundle
allow
of
that. I
Ohio.
will absolutely allow that.
So, for the next set of tickets.
Wait a minute. I was
No.
going to ask a question about,
No.
literally a legitimate question
Okay,
about
go
the
ahead.
team.
Go.
Obviously, everybody on the team is very important. But so, how has it been, and what have you seen from
Asking
Ben
us to play
Spence?
favorites.
No, I'm saying what have you seen? Because obviously, there's been hoopla about having a guy who's been on,
The
a
U20
huge,
national
yes,
team.
yes. With Ben Spencer coming on, what have you seen from him? Playing with him, you obviously get to feed balls up there and kind of see his
Right.
play. What have you seen since he's actually come into the team?
Well, originally when he came in, he's been more along the lines of like he wants to play with his feet the whole time and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I actually talked to him the other game because when we've been trying to feed it in more to his like chest and stuff like that, and we look for him to be a big guy.
He's-
Use his
How
size.
tall is he? Like
6'5"?
6'2"? Oh, is he 6'5"?
Yeah. So.
I know. He should be a heading
big
man.
dude, right? Yeah. So I mean, like adding all that to his game and stuff. And I was talking to him actually after the game at the Cosmos and stuff like that. I mean, if he can add that to his game,
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to be a great player in the future. I mean, if he can add that to his like soft touch and his soft feet and stuff
Yeah.
like that, I mean, he's going
He's
to
got
be a
some great
dangerous
feet,
player
man.
later on.
Like-
Yeah.
Really does.
Well,
Yeah.
I would say
For
what.
a guy his size.
Well, yeah, I think the thing that I noticed when I actually got to see him live was it's the poise. It's weird. He had a ton of defenders kind of crashing around, and I think it's easy as a player to kind of get like, oh shit, like everybody's collapsing in. I got to make a move before I get stolen, and he just seems very calm. Like either he's just kind of like,
I noticed.
hey, like I just a laid back dude.
I
Like
noticed in the
hey,
Minnesota game, we're playing a lot to him early and having him hold possession, bring guys in.
Yep.
And Minnesota was going after him pretty hard.
oh yeah,
And they just started kind of bouncing off him.
yeah.
And you could see, like, they started thinking, like, all right, maybe we're not going to just start hacking this kid down.
Yeah.
Like, maybe we got to attack another course.
Right. What did you? What were you?
What I was.
cracking up?
Oh, first off, Lord Twerk said, "Hey, that's my grandfather's sweater, and I like it."
I told.
Yes.
I'm telling you, that
Yes.
sweater is something
So
amazing.
for the next set of tickets,
Yep.
I want Chris Ball to come up with a question to ask. Okay.
Yep.
For
Already got
2 more tickets to Wednesday's U.S. Open Cup game. Yep, tomorrow
Less
night,
than 24 hours away.
7:30. Yes, it is now less than. And we also had somebody in Ohio that got upset. Hey, I'm in Ohio. But thank you for Ohio listeners right now. we
Yeah,
really
that's
appreciate
true.
that.
We love Ohio. It's just
exactly.
So for 2 more tickets for tomorrow's game using hashtag BYBcast, one of your hosts of the Voice of the Brickyard Battalion has a question.
I do.
Go.
Yes, I do. All right. Well, at what age did John Koluder lose his? No, I'm just kidding. We're not doing that.
All right.
So you think I was? Wait a minute. You think I'm going to say hair?
Yeah,
but I'm not.
You were gonna say hair.
No,
I actually thought you were going to say the B word.
There.
I thought you were going to say the B word.
Oh, see?
Yeah.
I could have went either way. But that's
I lose my wallet in a DC taxi
All right.
cab.
So
It was
it's
24.
it's a two-parter.
Okay.
It's a two-parter. It's easy. I'm doing an Andy Baumgartner here.
That's fine.
And I'm going to make it a Real Madrid question.
Of course. Of course.
Oh, I don't
Alright.
care. I can
So
do this.
2 tickets
Anyways,
for Wednesday's game.
One ticket each.
Using
One ticket
using hashtag BYBK.
all right. What player for Real Madrid came back this year off of a loan? Real Madrid brought them back. And B, what team did they play for last year that they brought him back from? There you go. So what player for Real Madrid?
What if there was a couple of
There's
them
just
that were
one
loans?
player that
There's
came
just
back on
one.
loan?
There is one player, just one, that came back from loan that played all season.
Okay.
That came back. And then what team did he come back from? There was a clause in the loan they sent out that if before 3 years, depending on his performance, Real Madrid can bring him back with no penalty.
All right.
Glad you can humble brag in different subtle ways.
Dude,
He's been on
I'm gonna
one
say-
since
I guess
Saturday.
it's only-
Since Saturday, he's been on one.
I also feel like he's extremely underrated on FIFA ratings.
Yeah.
FIFA rates him really, really low, but if you've ever watched this guy play, and I will give you a hint, I'd be very shocked if Kyle was not a fan of this guy, if he actually watched him play.
All right.
But he doesn't
From
because he's
Ohio?
no because yes,
Yeah, right.
Yes.
He's also a Cleveland guy.
and yeah, he's from there. But Kyle's not because he's a Man U guy. He doesn't pay attention. So.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And it's not Patrice Ever because that's Man U.
Okay. Right. All right. Anyway, so while people are trying to figure that one out, as they're on their Google machines, in the U.S. Open Cup, obviously you have a chance to play a lot of teams. You know, you win this one, you play the Crew.
Yep.
You win that one. I mean,
Who knows?
who knows?
Yeah.
But if you had a choice of who you'd be looking forward to playing
What happened to our
against,
beer?
I don't know. But you just covered that like you're getting ready to get up and leave.
This is like my Fogo de Chao. Wait a minute. This is my Fogo de Chao. Sure.
Yes.
Four.
So, yeah, team that you'd be looking forward to playing
I mean, personally, it would be the Crew.
other than the Crew.
Other than the Crew?
Yes. Because obviously you're tied.
I mean,
Damn
it's-
Homer.
We can
no,
get
I wanna
you as
play
well.
against them.
I know.
No, I'd probably want to play against either LA, like the Galaxy, or
Woo!
New York. I
That'd
mean, I
be
think it'd be
fine.
kind of cool.
Okay.
Play against some big names.
Yeah. I don't know that I want to play against Landon Donovan right now.
Yeah, it might not be a good idea.
He's
Angry
pissed
Landon.
off,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
So he came right.
Fun to play against Landon.
That is correct.
The guy from Ohio got it right.
Who
The
is
guy
the
from
gentleman?
Ohio.
Who is the
It is Carvajal. So and wait.
antagonizer?
You got one
he's
part
an
of it.
Arsenal fan,
Wait.
too. You
That's
have to give him the
only one
tickets?
part. No, that's only one part of the
Oh,
question.
yes.
I need the team.
Oh, we got the team now.
Do we give him first dibs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
American Gunner, if you can name the team that he came from, you got
have
2
10
tickets.
seconds.
You got to drive from Ohio tomorrow to come to the game.
And I will give you a quick beatbox for this.
It's not bad. Not bad at all.
All right, while he's beatboxing, yeah, who's the team that you would like to play?
It's freestyle.
All right. Anyway, team that you'd like to the Indy 11 to play in the U.S. Open Cup, and not just because you get a free trip to go there if they
I
go.
was going to say Salt Lake so I can visit my old friends, but
Nobody wants to go to Salt Lake.
oh,
What?
come on. It's a beautiful part of this country, Chris. It really is. I think Kansas City would be
Don't even
interesting.
do it.
I think
Nice.
Kansas City would be.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it'd be nice if we could bring them here, but a trip to go watch Indy 11 play in the Blue Cauldron would be a heck of an experience. I would just hope that Vermes would tell the guys not to break legs that night. That's kind of a hard team. They get stuck in. But that would be fun. I think the Fire obviously would be fun as well.
Yes, and the correct answer was Bayern Leverkusen. That is correct.
Right.
So
But apparently he can't make the drive, so he can't go to the game.
why even answer?
Right.
I'm just kidding.
Right.
But hey, thank you for answering. So anybody else
You can
want to
get
steal
tickets
that?
to a future game if he would like.
Yes, you can come to if you can come to
Give me
Saturday's
a
game.
game that he can make. And,
Media
we'll
at
make
Indy11.com,
media at
and John will
Indy11.com.
make it happen.
You do it,
That's
sir.
what I do.
It's what I get
So you've
paid
got-
to do.
You've got the Dayton game Wednesday. Let's start to wrap this up because we're going to talk about the games Wednesday and then Saturday. Your strategy, at least, or what you're looking out for in terms of the Dayton game and the San Antonio game.
Thank you.
Well, right now, we haven't talked really much about San Antonio, just
Okay.
because obviously we have the game tomorrow.
One game at a time.
Right, exactly. And as far as the Dayton Dutch Lions are concerned, we hear that they're a little bit more direct. They claim they play like a Dutch style of play, but they play very direct. So it's kind of contradicting. So.
Right.
Dutch.
So they have a player who only goes to the left. Over
Yeah, right.
and over.
Doesn't touch the
Name
ball with
Robin.
the right at all.
Right.
I was about to say something very.
Did they have a terrible Man U player that can't do anything named Van Persie?
That's harsh.
That is pretty harsh.
He was hurt all year.
Yeah, he was our
Bad year.
Van Purse strings.
I know. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
No, so yeah, we're kind of more focused on ourselves right now, though.
Okay.
We've all been kind of on that as of lately. So
Like, who cares who you're playing?
yeah,
We just got to play our best.
Exactly. Yeah.
Makes sense.
We play our game. I mean, at least we can, do what we can do about everything. So
And there's only so much scouting you can do on the Dayton Dutch Lions.
Sure,
I
exactly
imagine.
right. Oh, yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
Tim Regan can pull film from anywhere. I mean, I have full confidence he's got like 10 hours of tape on the Dayton Dutch Lions, but he might be the only one. I don't know, he's like hoarding it.
What kind of things are you looking forward to improving game over game? That you, I mean, obviously being an athlete, you're really hard on yourself on certain aspects of the game.
Oh yeah.
So, we could talk all day what you think you're good at, but what is the things that you are really working on to really improve to the next game?
It's
to
like an interview. There's like an interview. We know that you're really good at
I
this.
thought Barbara Walters retired.
I could have talked about
No, like a job interview. It's like, tell me
the
like one of your
Dutch Lions were giving each other Dutch rudders, but I tried to keep that out of the air.
I don't even know what that means. And
We'll explain it off the air. We'll explain it off the air.
If somebody can tell me what a Dutch rudder is, you're going to get tickets to tomorrow's game.
140 characters. You can
Shame.
explain to me what a Dutch rudder is.
No.
I'll give you tickets.
Oh my
Because
God.
140 characters doesn't do it justice. Anyway, Kyle, back to my interview question. What kind of things are you looking to improve on?
I'm trying to improve more like on the ball. I would the past 2 years I've been focusing on like being patient and not rushing, to get rid of the ball or rushing my decision exactly. So I've been more working on that, if anything, and it helps having like the veterans and stuff like that to be able to give me the options and like tell me the options that I have and stuff like that. So it's not easy to find like a ton of passing lanes as an outside left back. Like you only have so many options. It's not like a center midfielder where you have a ton of
It's
options.
more run.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Right?
Get the
So
ball off your foot and run.
Do you pride yourself on crosses because you're a Patrice fan?
what's that?
Do you pride yourself on crosses because you're a Patrice
Yes.
fan?
Yeah, we train on them all the time
Yeah.
actually. Yeah.
So would you call yourself a good multi-foot player? Or are you more extremely one-foot dominant than another?
Yes. 110%.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I'm more left than anything.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So you're left-handed as well then?
Not.
What the
Here's
How
the
did that
weird
happen?
thing. Here's the weird thing.
All right,
I'm
here we go.
right-handed. I'm right-handed, but if I shoot a basketball, I shoot left-handed.
That's
really
weird.
That's just
Really
weird.
weird.
He's just
People who
confused.
go
That is.
golf,
Right?
But yeah, what about golf?
left-handed.
Golf is right-handed.
My dad is
Baseball's
left-handed.
right-handed.
Yeah.
Just for some odd reason, basketball's left-handed.
My dad's that way. He's
Strange.
left-handed, but he bowls left-handed, but he'll golf right-handed. It was more so because it was just a pain in the ass to find left-handed clubs. So he said the hell with it, which is weird. So do we have one more scarf?
We got one more
believe
scarf
we
and a
do.
set of tickets.
Yeah. Okay. So let's
You want to do a double shot?
double
Do
shot.
it. Let's
Do
get
it.
it out of the
Double
way.
shot.
So okay, for a scarf and a pair of tickets to Wednesday's game.
Who is the first guest on the BYB cast?
Oh.
The first guest, and it could be a trick. The first guest, not for permanent relegation.
Yes. Well, we could ask that one.
Let's say you got to differentiate.
That would be it.
Yes. No, but we'll
Yes.
do it. We'll do it for the BYB cast.
All right.
The first
First guest on the.
And remember, we're out on iTunes. We're out on SoundCloud.
Yes.
So this is a perfect plug.
Yes, we are on iTunes and SoundCloud. Make sure that you are rating and
Subtle.
subscribing and listening.
Andy does a great job of describing each episode, if that's a hint for you.
do.
So, and while we're doing that, I'm going to pass this
Oh.
around.
We gotta get it on
Sign anywhere
tape
you want.
because
Yes.
it actually on tape, like it's fucking VHS or something.
Hey, that's cool because I got my race car rewinder.
Yes.
All right. Sign anywhere you want, anything
Yes.
you want.
The messy ball.
Oh,
Nice.
God.
Yeah. How sick does that make you, Chris?
But it's
He
such a
bought
great
it.
ball for. I bought it.
And he was really
It's a
disgusted
great
about
ball
it.
to
That's
sign.
very big of you.
Well, it's got this awesome green
Using
sign.
Hashtag BYBcast. Who was the first guest?
2 people have signed this?
Well, yeah, because we just got it, and I was like, oh, you know what we should have had this whole time? We're gonna go back and have the rest of them sign it.
Should we?
Thanks for pointing out that.
Should we sign it as well?
Yeah,
All right.
I think that probably makes sense. I don't know.
I thought we were just going to keep it for ourselves.
I could. Well, no. So that's the debate. We may.
Can't go wrong with Africa.
God bless
So,
the rain
you know-
down in Africa.
So, Koluder, what would you say that you have to get better at in your game?
Oh, man.
What would you say
Do
you're
I have
not
to get
great at?
better
We know what you're great at.
Organization.
Okay.
Organization.
Answering
Daily
emails.
Fight. Answering
Aw.
emails. No, that's fair.
That's
Wow.
really fair. My inbox.
Cheers.
I
Cheers
will
to that
not-
one.
I will,
No,
that
don't
was
do it.
well
Don't
played.
do it.
That was well played. Nobody
Aw.
loves self-deprecating humor like that.
Yes, sir.
You
You're
don't know
you're
how
getting
many
the right
emails
show.
are in my inbox, man. Ooh, it's brutal.
Yeah.
So yes, those are the 2 main things, and I work hard every day to get better at it.
You do a great job, by the way.
John Koluder gave himself a number. No, I'm just kidding. You should
That
give
would be
yourself a
awesome.
number.
Yes.
I was thinking about it. How number would I give
Is that
myself?
it right there?
Right there, yeah.
That's a good signature.
You should give
I got
yourself a
distinctive
number.
signature.
You should totally just give
Think of
yourself like.
And don't be 69, please. This might go in like a kid's room or something.
Really?
No, either. Are you auctioning this off for charity at the end of the year,
Yeah,
or
we
are you
could.
just gonna hoard it yourself? You're gonna like
No,
Indian leg wrestle
no.
between the 2
Hey,
of
we
you.
already got a
see
winner.
who,
We got a
wins it?
winner.
We got a winner right
All
here.
right, who is that?
Johnny Ballgame.
Johnny Ballgame. Oh,
The first. Mark was close. He put Peter Wilt, but that was not. That was not
my
episode
guess.
1.
That was
Episode
my
1 was Josh and Gabe from the Brickyard Battalion.
That would make a certain
See,
amount of
that's what I'm
sense.
saying. It's a trick question.
would make
It's
sense.
either way.
there.
So Johnny Ballgame got tickets to Wednesday's game and the scarf. So
Damn, Johnny Ballgame.
Johnny, thank you. Make sure that you email John at media
At Indy11.com.
Indy 11 next.
Write me a 500-word essay on how to stay the f out of my place.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I did that. Remember what movie that was off of?
We're just gonna wrap this up now.
Oh,
The
shit.
Rock.
No,
Any Sean Connery
no.
film, I always get
It was
The
actually the
Rock.
one with Sean Patrick. No, what was his name? It was
Patrick Neil Harris.
No,
Sean
no, no.
Austin.
Wait,
Sean
did you just
Austin.
say? Did you just get dyslexic with the Neil Patrick Harris's
Yes.
name?
No.
Patrick Neil
Yeah,
Harris.
that's what I thought too. I was like, huh?
and it's the wickedly deserved Dazim.
Yes.
I mean,
it was
deserved Dazim. Anyways, okay, we're done.
Kyle. Obviously, us being the voice of the Brickyard Battalion, what any parting words for the fans?
Do better.
Yeah.
Yeah, help us win.
Yeah. Come out and just
Cheer
2,000
really hard.
on 11.
Get on the field, maybe take a player out.
Exactly. We would love.
Let's not.
We
let's not
would
promote
love
that
someone to
shit.
run on the field. You know. I mean, it
Going
happens everywhere,
streaking
right?
through the quad.
I'm shocked we have not. had
That's
a
what I
runner
said
yet.
too. I was really
Okay,
shocked there.
Can
There's
we
a better
work
runner
out a
yet.
deal with IMPD to not get me like completely arrested? I'm pretty fast. I'm fast.
If he does it, I want him to be arrested as soon as possible.
I-
Oh, he's gonna
full
get
out
tackled.
spear.
I'm getting
like a
waxed. I'm gonna wax
like a Goldberg
Oh my
spear right
God.
in the chest.
It's gonna be
It'll be the best moment.
this
of
is
your
gonna be
life.
so good.
Yes, it's gonna be good.
No, anyways.
But anyway, Kyle, any words to the fans that are listening in terms of just what you've seen so far?
No, yeah, it's been amazing. Honestly, like you guys have been great. Like I can't even tell you guys how much the team appreciates like all the support and everything. And I mean, to be honest with you, a ton of MLS teams don't get this kind of support. And even they may
You
get the
would know.
crowds, right?
You would know. You
No,
would
even
know.
even the crowd, they may get the crowds or something, but
Yeah.
the support, like you can tell, like people are actually interested in it. You know, they're not just going to a night out. You know, you guys are actually like wanting to go to the game to watch the game. You know, it's awesome.
It's really about the tailgate before they figured.
Right,
Oh my God,
obviously.
3 hours before.
Right.
People were like, "Dude, this is way better than the Colts tailgate."
You
Let's
hasn't
just
showed up
check
at
it
a
out."
tailgate yet?
I'm working on it.
Stop
Again,
acting
time
like you're
management.
drinking.
Okay.
Stop acting like you have shit to do.
Answering emails and time
He
management on
can't.
game days.
He can't come out to the
no,
to
he
the
has valid
tailgate.
excuse.
He's got stuff to do.
I'm
You, on
working
the other
too.
hand, you could come out.
No, man, we're getting fucking waivers signed.
Jurgen,
Jurgen, I need Hyland for 1 hour.
Can you realize what's going to happen if a player or players come out to a tailgate before the game starts? It
It's
would be
gonna
a
be.
madhouse.
Oh my God.
It would be a
Dude,
madhouse.
you guys would be lifted like kings.
Yeah.
Like, this is the greatest game of
They
my
would
life.
easily have dibs on the cornhole boards. I
I
would
think it should,
Oh,
you know what should
yeah,
happen? Like last game of the season, so Saturday, try to figure out like a 5-minute, like just walk out to thank everybody and do something like that.
It's an awful
come-
idea for them.
Not at all. That's a great idea.
Oh, they got to be focused, baby.
Oh.
I need them there, right there, focused.
Anyway, so yes, listen to us on iTunes,
I want a FIFA
SoundCloud.
tournament with all the players.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
Koluder.
I
I'm
wouldn't be-
calling you out.
I'd be awful. I'm terrible at FIFA.
Me
That's
too.
one thing. Are
This
you?
guy- This guy would put
I'm terrible.
controllers through a ceiling.
If you want to see, if you want
Which
to get
he's
some
done
and get some
before.
great shit, I'm gonna burn
Okay.
some games.
So yeah, I need to start recording his reaction to these games. They're
Anyways.
so good. Anyway, iTunes, SoundCloud, on YouTube, you can just Permanent Relegation.
YouTube.com permanent relegation.
Thank you to everybody who's been listening and watching us live. Congratulations to everybody who's won. Of course, thank you, Kyle, for being back on
Guys,
the show.
Thanks for having me.
Get out to Indy11.com. If you don't have your tickets, get out there. We still have stuff for tomorrow, or
Yes, tickets for tomorrow. Tomorrow's not going to be sold out.
Right.
We have
That's hard to
good
do.
seats available.
Well, and you've
everywhere.
got the Pacer game, like an elimination
help.
game.
Yeah, the elimination game?
An elimination game. Are you a Miami fan now because LeBron moved over?
No, not at all. Far from. Far from.
Okay, good. Jeez, we were just gonna have
Blasphemy.
to like,
Dare you
Cleveland. It's time to erase this show.
Because Cleveland fans aren't loyal.
Yeah, right.
Crying out loud.
Yeah,
It's the only
right.
thing we got.
Oh, you're a Cleveland fan too.
Just Browns.
Okay.
But, just better.
Anyway, so yeah, give us your Twitter handles, folks.
At Kyle Hyland 31.
Don't give John's.
John never
Sure,
uses his
at
personal
John
one.
Koluder. I had to
Yes.
say I'm pretty sure because
Yes.
I check it about once every 2
At
weeks.
Indy 11.
As good as he is in emails,
or
he's
at
that much
anything.
better at Twitter.
Yes, I should start booking guests just from Twitter because then it'll get answered.
Oh. You know what? So
High five.
You know what? So all jokes aside, he's made these jokes twice, but I'm gonna tell you what.
Yes.
John Koluder has absolutely been amazing, and to have this type of access to the team, this guy
We're a couple of
has been-
douchebags, and he basically brings all these people
no,
in
you're
here.
a douchebag,
gonna argue
and I'm
with that.
I'm an asshole. So there's a difference. So all I can do is say thank you, because to have a player on as
Well,
much as we
that's-
have,
That's
thank you.
That's on the players, and quite frankly, Jurgen and Tim and Peter and the type of guys that they brought into the team
Yeah.
that are willing to do this and wanting to do this. So it's not
Whatever.
me. I'm
Kyle,
just
should
a
they
conduit.
pay you extra, like,
Right?
right?
Conduit.
We
Hey,
don't want
they
you to
can-
come up there.
I just ask. They can always say no.
Where's
So
the
that's,
payola
that-
envelope
that-
that you basically got before you came?
Not my first rodeo.
That's the only reason
alright?
John's here is he
It's
brought the
my first
baby.
rodeo.
Okay, well, right.
So Kyle, remember those assholes
Runs,
that
right?
assaulted you at the gala and made you answer really weird questions? Do you want to go on their show? Oh my God!
I thought that was a one and done thing.
Me afterward. You said cash.
Right?
Don't cash it for 45
Come on.
days.
Yeah,
45 days.
Please wait.
All right, thank you guys.
Yes, thank
we
you.
love
Thank
you.
you.
And we love you guys. Thank you.
Oh, at PR Podcast Show.
At PR Podcast Show. Hala Madrid.
Oh man, glory, Man United. Because I've got control of.
But I'm never gonna stop trying.
You're not.
I'm never gonna stop trying.